with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Get your feet happy. Let's go. Come on. Where my islanders? Can some of y'all run down here to the front real quick? I gotta know who's in the building. Where my islanders? I need y'all to run down here. Come on, let me see you. so long. Hey, so long. Yeah, so long. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my pain, y'all. Somebody wave me bye-bye. Somebody wave me bye-bye. You ain't welcome here. You ain't welcome here. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my pain, y'all. I can't hear you up there. Somebody raise it up, say. Somebody raise it up, say. You are the God of miracles, say. You are the God of miracles. Ah, you are the God of wonders. You are the God of wonders. Thank you. We can't not gather for you. For you care for us. That's what we can say. I believe. I believe, say it. I believe.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith. The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Andy, good morning. Andy, it looks like we have to brace for the influx of Venezuelan coming to the country now. We have to be careful because what's happening and how, what's taking place down there. And we have to be very vigilant. We got to watch to see who is coming in. But Andy, I have a bone to pick with Kingsley, and I think Kingsley need no more to call the radio station because Kingsley do not know what he's talking about. He always call and try to make up things and make it seem like he know things. I told him after now he's going to win the election in Guyana, and if you won the election, do not call the radio station again because you sound like a dumb. And I think Kingsley really and truly is a dummy. He do not know anything about politics. That's why he's not going to get any position or any board or anything in the UNC because he does nothing. He talks, and he don't know what he's talking about. So he's not going to get anything in UNC because he's a grasshopper. He jumps from branch to branch, PNM, UNC, PNM, just like the man in the meter. They are grasshoppers. Always want, and they don't know what they're talking about. So I told him that after Ari go to the election, and if after Ari win the election, do not call the station because you sound like a dummy. So Kingsley, this is the man who tells you do not call the radio station again, because I really and truly believe you do not know what he's talking, and you do not read. And if you cannot read, you cannot get a position, it cannot be anything. Okay, Andy? Good morning, Andy Lennox and Mickie. Later. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Andy, when callers call into your program and they be attacked, why don't you allow them to clear the air, Andy? This is unfair. You must be fair and balanced, Andy. You can't have your co-hosts and callers attacking people's contribution and they're not given an opportunity to explain why they said what they have to say.
Early morning Tigo report. I was trying to make a little call, but I ain't getting through by it. So Lennox dominating the airwave. And I have a lot of irritating call this morning by people complaining. I say, well, you can't stop that. Because there is nothing perfect in the world that people will accept. You understand? I just call to say hello.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. Good morning, Mickie. Good morning, Trinidad Tobago. Good morning to everybody who's on the live. Andy, listen to this now. You know, I really can't believe some people. Just imagine, for the last 10 years, PNM destroyed this country, right? Destroy this country to the uttermost. Leave the country in a chaotic state, right? Like people forgetting, it's people like Colin and Bert, right? Rowley, and the whole thieving bunch of them, right? Literally rip off this country and drag this country to its knees. They leave government now because people vote them out. And now them coming to access current government. Because I see them in parliament, you know. I want, oh, where you get any money from? You understand? I want to ask them a question too. Where all of us get any money from? That is my question to them. Because there's so much accusations against this evil, wicked PNM former government. Because just imagine Colin and Booth, right? $3 billion you can't account for, or $2.6 billion you cannot even account for. Okay, all they came into office and all they made 10.5 billion, right? All they meet in the Heritage and Stabilization Fund, some kind of 5 point or 6 point something billion. All they meet over $500 million in excess, in different ministries, excess liquidity and all kind of thing like that. And on top of that, all they went and borrowed $144 billion and put Trinidad Tobago in a big, nasty, stinking hole. And today, all in opposition, all they're fighting for government. To do what? To finish kill everybody in the country. But listen, I want to tell all you something. Go to sleep, you know. And all you will answer. Or all your big fat cats will answer. Or all you want to be propagandists. Well, let me tell you something. You see, all liars, they had a part in the lake of fire. Bless.
Good morning, ground report. All these people that are complaining, was really accessible to them as they're complaining for the woman to be accessible to them and everything to work. Their old buses, old stuff that the previous government ordered. And everything they complain about everything. Why didn't they complain when Rolly was in power about the crap that he bought or the old things that breaking down and causing people grief? They're giving the woman grief now for what? And nobody wants to wait. Everybody wants everything pronto. Life is not like that. You have to creep before you can walk. Crawl like a caterpillar. Have a good day, Trinidad and Tobago, and stop complaining.
Good morning to the Ground Report family. How are you all going? Hope you all have a blessed day. And Andy, I would like to ask a question. Right now, a lot of people end up with the old money and some of them have to throw it away. And you'll find out if they'll ever accept back the old money and them to change it, because sometimes people do not have time to go and change it now. And right now, people have a lot of the old money, so I don't know what other could help us out with. Yeah, I have a next thing I would like to mention. I would like to ask the government of Trinidad and Tobago that the school supposed to clean by CPEP or by other company working there. Right now, the school in Mova, Lavantil, Mova, Chinapu, the school is asking people to come and help them clean out the school. What is wrong? That's not supposed to happen, because all the people talking about party. Yes, I don't care about party. I care about the children, right? They are asking the parents to come and help them clean up the school, because the school is in a condition for Monday, right? Which that this URP used to do that. Used to clean out the school, right? You're asking the parents to come and paint the school, right? To cut class the yard, because right now, if you see the Chinapu Lavante school, it's full of bush. Now the CPEP is to cut it. I don't think, because CPEP people do a very good work. I don't care what people are saying, because I see that the CPEP people are supposed to clean up the place to look nice. Or look on the highway, how nasty it's looking, right? Right now, Mova Lavante school, Chinapu, it's in a condition, it needs cutlass. They're asking people to come and help them clean up, right? People were saying that the CPEP this and the CPEP that. The problem is this, that the CPEP used to do a very good work, because I personally see it myself. And I find the government have no right to close it down, because they used to go in the school and clean out the yard in the school, because right now it have a whole set of bush. Look at you look in Port of Spain, where the HPC place is, it's full of bush. CPEP used to go in there and clean up there, right? I was listening to the Prime Minister saying that that bubble, yes, no bubble, because yes, it had bubble, because when coming to election time, the other Prime Minister tried to push contract on people, right? But that gives them the right to close down CPEP and URP, where cleaning up the school. Right now, they had to get people to clean the school. The school is in a condition. The teachers are asking for the parents to come and help. People say they're not coming. Right? The schoolyard full of bush. I don't know what it is going on, but we need those places clean. I have my grandchildren going to school. Right? And by having bush in the place, you can cause dengue and all kind of thing. So I want to know what's going on. I like to understand what's going on. We need the government to do something about that. We need the government to get people to clean the school.
Oh Lord! Bang, 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 bang. on Division 3 again. Let me tell some of these PNM, these UNC activists. All is activists, but all can't be getting on like that because don't feel it's you only the activists that make the UNC win this election. It's are PNM people who help the UNC to win this election too. And them and all have to get position too. Don't feel this thing is just a one-sided thing. All must understand it because if all the activists were so good, why the PNM was winning the election all the time? PNM people had to move from the PNM to come into the UNC to help the UNC win the election. So you can be only getting on, and if they put Twiggy and if they put Iowa Jones and they put this one, all of them on board. Seven Kojo and all. Remember what Roger the getting on bad with Kamala. Look, he come on board. Look, Alexander, he come on board. So not only UNC activists, man. All to get this thing straight, man, is everybody had to come together as one in order to make the UNC win. So you must expect that PNM people will get something too. You have to hold on too. And we had to make the PNM people feel good too, to keep them there too. Whereas we had to, you always on board with us. You have to understand how things go. Come on, man. All of just can't be talking stupid and so, man. It's only when you want. Look, I voted for the UNC. I mean, studying nothing. Because I want a good country. That's what I'm looking for. You may looking for no individual gain. Come on, wake up them and wait. All you will get what they want. When the country start to run good. That is my take on it.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Good morning, good morning. I would like to say good morning to Trinidad and Tobago and to my Prime Minister, Ms. Kamala Persad-Bissessar. I have an issue of a low-hanging fruit that can be picked, that can be fruitful to each and every citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. I have visited the hospital recently.
All right.
And I realized that the hospital have Wi-Fi. I want to send a message to my family. I just couldn't do it because Wi-Fi was only available to nurses, doctors, and staff. Nothing to patients. Now this could be even extended to health centers. You want to send a message, and you can't even send a message. And not only that, but having Wi-Fi, I believe it could help in even getting you better faster. Because even by contacting the persons who you actually want to contact can even ease your stress. My pressure was so high that I couldn't even contact nobody, none of my relatives to come to pay me a visit. And yet when I asked the nurses and them to allow me the Wi-Fi, I was denied. That is only for members of staff. And how come? I'm a paying citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. I'm a born citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. I pay my taxes. Come on. This is a low-hanging fruit. All it will take is an instruction from a minister. All it will take is an instruction from somebody high-ups. These things can be eliminated and everybody could be happy. Look, Lennox Smith. He actually gave Wi-Fi to the community. And the community have free Wi-Fi. Why we in Trinidad and Tobago, when we visit these institutions, cannot be have free Wi-Fi and yet we pay taxes? I am what you call a senior citizen. receiving my pension. Come on. You do us that too? Come on, Trinidad and Tobago. I believe we could do better. Free Wi-Fi. Thank you very much.
Oh Lord, oh Lord.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What are the man, you know? Man want Wi-Fi in the hospitals. Free Wi-Fi in the hospitals. Free Wi-Fi at the health centers. What wrong with that? Eh? What wrong with all you? What wrong with all every man want a little Wi-Fi when he lie down there? PNM leave the country broke. The man ain't no money to pay data. Somebody say, buy your data, man. Buy no. The country ain't no money. PNM leave the man with no money. Eh? The man want a little data in the hospital. Let me hear what some of them saying about that Wi-Fi thing. There. I can't understand. Just go say, call Penny, she go fix it. Oh, God. Roger say, yeah, man. Free Wi-Fi for all. Yes. Let me hear. That is a low. The man said it, and the man said, he have a solution. He said it's a low-hanging fruit to make people happy, to make people feel they're getting back from their country. And if the man can get some free Wi-Fi there, so I'm for that. Let me hear what they say. I go give my opinion a little later on, man. Let me hear what people saying about that day. All who talking about the UNC, they are PNM. They only want freeness. Oh, that's not for the Wi-Fi man at all. Yeah, let me hear. Manuari say Ember get free Wi-Fi 10 years ago. Freddie Brown said Kid Crowley in 2015 told us that we was going to get free Wi-Fi. When PNM was in power, Audrey said when PNM was in power, it had that. Well, it had free Wi-Fi. But you don't wait for the staff and them alone. The man want, when you're in the hospital, open the Wi-Fi so patients could, go on their phone while they're resting. They could still hail the family them. Hey, grandchild, I will lie down here. Well, on my last, but at least I'm talking there before I go to my maker. Oh, I'm getting better. I'm coming home soon. They could still go on their phone and, go on a movie app, watch a movie while they lie down, getting the rest, getting back better, getting the antibiotics and the treatment. While they might have a week, 2 weeks in the hospital, what a thing. The man, not everything we must bash, man. It's either the man have a good idea or the man don't have a good idea. At the end of the day, these people and them throw away all the money they pay them. Really and truly, they blow out, they pour out, they mash up, they destroy. And if senior citizens or sick Trinbagonians say, well, a little free Wi-Fi at the hospital,
could help bring relief. Remember when somebody's mind is clear, they just cure better. When you have a peace of mind, your health care just be better. Stress is the number one killer. I always bring many of the illnesses that we have. Some people like to watch a Nigerian movie. Some people like to watch a little Indian movies. Some people like the little westerns. That thing where the mind now comfortable and it will help the body heal. I don't know. What some all go say? All go say, well, that man is a PNM? Again, I don't know. That is how it is operate. Take 2 steps backwards, watch, and watch how some people will think. For noble things, you know. Noble things. What about what that man asks that anybody had to tell him, go over the PNM, or when the PNM was there, you should have talked about that, or well, let me be real with him. So he asking and breaking down something means he's a PNM. I don't know. I asking it. Remember, I stupid. I don't know. If all you say the man wrong, I go and say the man wrong too. If all you tell the man, hey, thing, whatever all you say, if all you say the man right, I say the man right too. But always remember, in life there is a God. Always remember that. I don't know. I just hosting and all your handle. Alright, let me see. Alright, now, well, the Wi-Fi talk done here. Oh, it ain't done yet. Somebody raised a point here. Bernice is saying every Tom, Dick, and Harry will line by the hospital to get that free Wi-Fi. So, again, to the voice note, man, that is always a good pointer. But to avoid that, no, remember to, with it not having it there, you just can't line by the hospital just so night there, you know. Security do encourage that. And then when the Wi-Fi the various buildings. That's why I think your Wi-Fi the various buildings. You know? And obviously you put things in place. Yes, it's true that. But that will be a wrong the timing with visiting hours. Remember, outside of visiting hours, unless somebody go in clinic, you ain't gonna have nobody linemen all by the wards and all them kind of bacchanal thing. Remember, by them ward and them, they start them police, them guard and them from the bottom, make sure nobody can come up and all them kind of thing. But why is he bigger pit here? Something for the greater good or studying, you know, it has some people will want to take advantage and go by the hospital to line to get Wi-Fi. That to me is like Rowley saying when Kamala them come with a very, 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 very good initiative to introduce the children of Trinidad and Tobago, which was laptops. And this is what I'm talking about. And the PNM think like some myopic, stupid, well, let me not call nobody stupid. But the PNM thinks so dumb sometimes. You guys really want to know if it have doctors and lawyers within the PNM. You guys really want to know if any one of them they're born with common sense, boy. That an initiative like the laptops that will help educate all the children and bring them into the new era of technology. Rowley noted that. No, don't get the China and them laptops. Because they go online and go on porn. What the hell, boy? And every god it will have a bar. Why the minority or the majority had to pay for the minority? I believe that laptop program helped a lot of kids, a lot of family members in Trinidad and Tobago. And Rowley was talking tata, tutu, stupidness, just like his brain, a bunch of felt he was talking. Yeah. My lady have a very good point. Or every time. I think, my thinking to that is, if, again, I leave it up to all you, it have a God. If the message that the man sent, all you believe is a good thing, do you all believe that because one or two people, which we will always get at in life, just like how we get rolling the piano when it comes to the laptops, but Kamala still continue to do she had to do. And then what did them do? Come and they cut the laptop program. And then when the COVID come, look at how much children suffer. Welcome to online. If Kamala them that get our next 5 years, remember many communities due to the laptop program would have been free Wi-Fi. And not only that, one Wi-Fi, one laptop to home that may not be technology savvy. That laptop used to share in our whole house. Where some other children now learning the technology. That is how it is. But let's see how small and myotic, very myotic, Rowley and the PNM them this thing. So they cut the laptop program. And not only that, of a bad mind too. That was Kamala them initiative. We not continue with that. Bam! Very good. Stink minds. I by God punish. I want God strike all of them down. So a gentleman where we don't know if he's a PNM, we don't know. I don't know. I swear I don't know with that voice. So if this man is a PNM, if the man is a UNC, to me, I hear again, remember, I stupid. I dumb. I'm not smart as many of you out there. I don't know. To me, I could be wrong or they could correct me. To me, he sound like a Trinidad and Tobagonian. To me, he was no party politics thing there. To me, somehow, when you come into health, I think it's a very, very good idea. I say I would have given my opinion after. Again, I could be wrong. Remember, I not smart like all here. So I bet I'll give my opinion one time. I think it's a good. Why I watched it as a good is because everything health-wise is because by stress. Remember in our hospital, it have no TV, you just there, you have no money on your phone, it have nothing to entertain, you go on your phone, stress. Diabetes, stroke, heart attack, your body ages, your body under pressure. Stress. I also know that laughter is healthy. I also know some of the things that is distress people, and when you have a free, clear mind, or your mind comfortable, I also know it helps your body to heal faster. But when your mind is comfortable and whatever, that mind, all of them believe how powerful that mind is. I think it's a good reason, a good low-hanging fruit in the future when the government get a little settled down and all the boards and all those things in. I honestly think it's a good idea to Wi-Fi the hospitals, the health centers. I also think it's a good idea to Wi-Fi all schools, and then eventually Wi-Fi the country. Especially when we start back. So what we're doing is continuing from where we left off. Remember, we start back the laptop programs. 5 years of that will be 5 generations, and then we go win the next election. That will be 10 years. A computer literate, not illiterate, literate students. And that now Wi-Fi and all will help seniors and all to start to get computer literate, because now they are on the phone, so they have to learn now, all right, how to send their WhatsApp free. They have to learn now, because that $20 they buy to make direct call. They have to learn now to download the app to get them all the movies. They have to know, they gotta learn. Hey, so I think the man come up with a noble idea. All right, we can move on from that. That is in our next country. A whole lot. Jammy. Whole lot. Well, you say Wi-Fi is free for all when you go almost anywhere here. That is not in Trinidad and Tobago, eh? Hey, Mother Bernie, a pleasant good morning to you. Now see the Vishnu Bob, all of you. The Vicar, all of you. Bujam John Bernice, just school. Well, I don't say Mother Bernie, Audrey. Marlon Citaran, Freddie Brown, Banwari, Sunita, Uncle. The Vicar Balkaran, Joyce. How we going, Hassan? Oh boy. Rose. Morning, Brian. Right. Maria. Kalicharan, how we going? Morning. I ain't telling none all the morning for the morning. Right, because I just went and get down into business. I have other voice notes. Don't forget to send your voice notes. Share the live. Who am I? I'm a Teresa. D'Souza. How we going, video? Hey, baby. How we going, baby? Teacher Balmain, all of you. A and 8 doubles and roti. Nick. Mr. Clarence and Faye. Morning. Tara, morning, Davy. Ganesh. Sunita, morning. David Sammy, morning. Natasha, Edmund, morning. Wendy Ann, morning. Virginia Maraj, morning to you. Right, there we go. Let me just while I'm going through that day, right, because we can switch to our next topic. And the man is right. Why not have Wi-Fi in all public spaces? What it is only for privileged people? Good idea. Selvin Batiste, morning. All right, just school say it's boss man. Yeah, we are the boss man. It's Wi-Fi man. Yeah, well, we have a new man, Wi-Fi man. All he had to do, my brother, all I believe you had to do is continue advocating for free Wi-Fi at the hospitals and at the health offices. If you believe it's a good and will bring a good for all sick people who sick, ailing people. You think you believe in it? Boy, push it. Don't let nobody rush on step on your thunder of your beliefs. I believe that that your thoughts is a noble good one. It is a low hanging fruit. It wouldn't cause much. TSTT and thing it belongs to us. So be mobile them. So let me again think there. All right. All right. Good morning to the ground report, but it have Wi-Fi in the Arima Hospital and in some clinics. Well, all right, the man white across the board, wherever hospital he visiting, like he don't have no Wi-Fi, because remember he say in the hospital. No bed, we have to sleep on the ground, but he want Wi-Fi. Nah, that is not true that we have to sleep on the ground. Come on, that is thinking. When it's no bed is when the hospital full. All right. Again, you could be right. I just asking, could you send me a picture of somebody, Anthony, that when you went to the hospital, you see them sleeping on the ground? I mean, again, a warded patient. And you see them on the ground with drips in their hand. Doctor doing, attending to them. And them on the ground lie down in the hospital. Send a picture for me now. Please. All right, that is our next thing we have to put in consideration, right? No Andy, because again, remember, again, I like to watch every different angle. I believe it's a good idea. And I'm brave enough to say it's a good idea. But it don't mean that I am not, I cannot be subjected to be corrected based on the argument. What's a thing like, for instance, one good argument is Tom, Dick, and Harry, but I believe it's in the minority, will want to go to the hospital to get free Wi-Fi. I ain't seen somebody just going to hospital to get free Wi-Fi. To me, people is trying to keep away from hospital. Right? But it's a good argument to start with. It has some grounds. Right? Sonita, Lalu, come with a very good, I'm going to bring it down for you to see. So they're going to know who. Right? Just highlight a little bit. Right. Hey, let me organize and put it. Not yet. But I highlighted for you all to see. She said, no, Anthony, sorry. Anthony said, again, I stand to be corrected, eh? Right? Anthony Edwards said, we have to sleep on the ground. Only will let me know if that is true that when patients is warded at the hospital, that they sleep on the ground. I know when the hospital wards full, because when they say it have no beds, because it have no space yet, and then we need to open other part of the ward. Hey, I don't want to lose the next person. Ah, God. Write it back. The next one had a good idea. Look at going fast, boy. It was up here. Let me see if I can paraphrase what she said. The Wi-Fi, some people will have their audio too loud and right. And I was going to just add to it, some people now will organize and leave their phone ring up, right? Which the rules could be, hey, put your phone on silence, just like how it are places is telling when you go, put your phone on silent, please, when you go in meetings and whatever. I think that could be a thing because nurses will be able to tell, hey, put your phone on silent, on vibrate, right? And somebody phone go ring out, right? But they go have a nurse there to say, hello, could you please drop your phone? Well, the seniors might know, so the nurse who might be a little more technology savvy will go and they may just go and help them to drop their phone because it has some people may not know to put down the volume. Right? But that was a very good point here, you all. Remember, it's a hospital. Some people go play, they had the phone ringing out. Right. Some people now, they have no, like they don't study other people. They know they get a call, be quite free, down the phone. Yeah, I don't get the hospital there. Yeah, but it have a sick right to the side there. Right? No, only the man could be right, the man could be wrong, I could be right, I could be wrong. Some of your views could be right or it could be wrong. But these is good points. Why not? But although it have in some places. Right, your school say you're old and sick before you're studying Wi-Fi. Right, Anthony said the man is not wrong, Andy. But again, all you. Fire burn the PNM, thank God we vote them out. All right. But the man all here. Some of the points that make up thing, Natasha say, I agree with having open Wi-Fi at health facilities. People don't have to wait for hours and hours. Right? Might as well occupy themselves. We're living in 2025. For God's sake. Right. Dennis say, that's not a good idea. At a hospital, bandits could do wrong things. All right, look at next point. Health, based on security matters. But remember, either or, it have people genuinely have data on the phone. Family members put data on the phone. and all the things that we may have a concern about. Could be going on all now. You know, so, but we keep our open mind. Right, my Ghanai's friend, well, I hear your president win back. Come send my voice note, let me give you an update on what the rich boy, who are mine and all kind of thing, what he do. And where, how much the opposition do and how much he win by. Right? So, right, my Ghanai's friend says better at the schools for the children. Right? Right, Anthony say things will happen overnight. Right, so we could always move from that contribution. But again, it have its ups, its downs. It have its goods, it have its bads. But at the end of the day, most families and seniors have their phones. Plenty of them there's half data on their phones. Because the children might pay it for them or whatever. Most times when somebody go to the hospital, anyhow, if there's overnighting, like, you know, well, they'll be there for a while. The family members do put Wi-Fi, data on the phone, where they can occupy this time with a little watching the movies and them kind of thing. Right, and as Roma Price say, there is a free app. Right, I think it's Instabridge, which you can download and get free Wi-Fi. I heard about that already. Quite have people that get free Wi-Fi. What that does is this crack code. It's like wherever it have open Wi-Fi and you pass, bam, it just going into people Wi-Fi. Bam, it just going into Wi-Fi, getting free Wi-Fi. Right? Something like that. I don't know if this work. I never try it. But let me know if this work with my price. Right. What else could be? All right. What else could we discuss? You know, we don't have to stay in one direction at all. I just too many man thing. Morning caller. Let me see where else.
Oh, morning, Andy. Yeah. Morning, Lennox. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Yo, Andy.
Yeah.
Morning. I wake up this morning, boy, and here what's going on. I watch on the Facebook over there and I see them US shooting behind their boat, blowing up boat up outside Trinidad there, boy. You could give some more perspective on that. All right, thank you so much, Mr. Andy Pitbull Williams. You have a good morning, sir.
Where calling from again? Oh, you're good. Yes, I don't know, see it. We didn't get the update of what went on. All right. But it all over. You hear what President Trump say? All right, let me see if I can get that day quick. Trump press conference on shooting boat out of water in Caribbean. Let me try to get that day. Quick. While I will take some calls. Andy, Naz Ali say, oh yes, I can ask Naz. Naz Ali say, Andy, the PPP/C, where C win the elections in Guyana. All right, Naz. Kendrick Prasad, good morning. Naz Ali and Mr. Ali, good morning. Vanessa Daniel, all of you, good morning. I tell Tommy, all of you. Hey, look, Ann Munsami say, some patients at the hospital pays $75 for a 3 days package I think it's a good idea because while you waiting for doctors, you can occupy. You are occupied. You are occupied, right? So what she's confirming there is that at the end of the day, many people go to the hospital. They stay maybe the 3 days, the week, the 2 weeks, or if it go. Family members, or they will put the package anyhow. And they having it, they ain't disturbing nobody because we never hear any problems with anybody or whatever. And every Wi-Fi, the thing where it have other patients that will love, but they don't have the $75 to put out because that is a whole. You could say when they spending $75, they come like they spend $100, and that is $100 out there, $2,500 pension or your $3,500 pension one day. Remember, you had the grandchildren to help see about and thing. So again, it's up to you all. Yes, and the president eventually won by a landslide victory in Ghana. All right, you'll let me know how much of a landslide. Magani's friend, I want you to send a voice note to let me know, you know. I hear it. By Andy by Kingsley the other day, but talking Jimenez. Kingsley only supporting the other day. Look, Kingsley is not the Ghanaians and you want to talk about. Yeah, send that voice note. Boss man, where are for me this morning? Right, we go fix it, don't worry. We're glad this report to us. So we will know what needs to be done with our bus service and what's going on with our bus service. We on the ground report happy that we'll get bus service updates. But I think you're biased for only San Fernando alone because that is you up there. All right, but the Civic is a new party. And then they join with somebody else before Nazali. Yo, let me know. All right. Only 2 regions along the APU win. User Elder. Morning, Elder from Tobago. A pleasant good morning to you, Elder. Oh, boy. So only 2 regions the opposition win across there, boy? How much region the rich boy win? Well, let me know. The mine man, he have mine and gold and all that bacchanal thing they spoil, boy. How much he win? You let me know. All right. Go ahead, call the morning. Oh, boy. You have patience, too. Yeah. Let me say a pleasant good morning to each and every one of you in Tobago. Tobago, a pleasant good morning to you all. Go ahead, caller.
What I saying, Andy?
Yeah.
Why are we freezing that? Are we freezing that? And that question I said only concerning the hospital. Listen, under the PNM.
We are listening under the PNM.
Under the PNM, Papi wasn't calling for Wi-Fi, right?
Right, don't listen to your background. Talk in your phone, you're hearing me, I hearing you. That's why we just tell you all turn down your background. So in that way, all you won't be confused because all you get a delay and you're going to be hearing yourself and then you're going to be confused. Then you're going to lose your train of thought. So it's best you just close down your background. Turn down the volume in the background, but meanwhile, tell you make a contribution and then you'll always play back up.
All right. Right.
Go ahead. So now you're
Good morning, from Report Family.
Yes, morning.
Good morning, Sandy.
And where's what you're calling from?
What I was saying.
Where are you calling from?
I do some Central.
Central, all right.
Central. What I was saying, let me rephrase that. Papi didn't call in under the PNM and say he didn't get any Wi-Fi in the bed. Because I see with my own eyes, me and my wife see people lying down on the ground and sitting down on chairs under the PNM in the hospital in Mount 2. I see that with my own eyes. And nobody is complaining. Nobody is saying nothing. Everybody taking it, they're saying nothing. They're quiet like a lamb. They're afraid rowly. But now Miss Kamala here, our political leader, to Trinidad and Tobago, our loving Prime Minister, our great leader, who love all and have love for all every creed and race have an equal place on Miss Kamala. They have a problem now. Who have Wi-Fi, who have CPAP work, who work sign off, who this school need cleaning. Nobody wasn't complaining under the PNM. Why are they complaining now? Are they trying to make this lady look bad? She cannot look bad. You know why she cannot look bad? Because she's a great leader, a great fighter, and she's a hard-working woman, and she loves all. Thank God for Miss Kamala. Thank God for the ground report. We can come out here and see what we have to say on the ground report and make everything look clear and clean. So we government that look good, because at the end of the day, the PNM does nothing for this country. They bring on this country to the lowest white line. And people ain't complain. But now they complain under the great leader. Let me be real. You understand what I say, Mr. Andy? Come on, man. We have love. We have patience for this woman. This woman has love, man. She love everybody. Right? That's what I say, Mr. Andy. Love and respect all the time. Thank God for the ground report, because song with voice, Miss Kamala is a great leader, a loving leader. Thank God for having she, and thank God for reporting all the PNM for good. We don't want to see them again no more.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, friend. Thank you very much.
All right. With time by time, everything will be okay. All is possible. All we all have to have is patience. And remember, in life, it have people, it have businesses that eventually just need money to run. Just like our two brothers TC and Heavy had to organize, because again, money. That people eventually had to think some money. Right, the question to some people here. The Breakfast Show have a good offer, and Gael is a business, and the Breakfast Show is at Gael now. Richard Barber saying, and thing within the hours. That's life. Okay, so they have a good offer and they take the space. Gael will be missed. But when one door closes, many will open. And I will say thanks so much to Errol Fabian and all our Gael family that have been us for a while, because we was on Gael long before the election, a little before the elections, eh? Yeah, we end up nearly making a year in Gael. Yep. And I am happy for the privilege that we had with a company that wasn't getting any finances from us. And I choose to give us the opportunity. But in life, you know, it have people, in a business, it will have people who come with proposals to take a spot, and if it is, you can't pay for it. You know, whoever have the money will organize and be all right, will be able to pay for it. That and about two other issues. No lawsuit. But also warning from the PNM TAT. Remember, the PNM TAT board still in power. They said all before the election they will be sending lay messages, not of the host can us, but they'll be sending messages to Mr. Fabian and Gael, stating of some of the things that is being authored by some of the callers, coming out some of the callers' contribution mouths. Some of the words are similar. That's why we ask you all you have to be very, very, very careful with some of the things that you all are saying. You understand? Words like, obviously a bitch is a dog, and that is in the things, some people might say bitches, because it have a little underlines of some of the words that some of the callers using. Just a warning. No court and all them kind of thing. But, we see plenty worse than that. But you all have to organize too, and your contributions on the program, including here online at this point, all you have to just make all the contributions clean. My brother Tunapuna, some of the words that was mentioned to us pertains to you. And it have other people too, that some of the words that was mentioned. And I don't know that letter, like it take about how long? So that's about 2 months, 3 months ago or so. 4 months ago or so. But all in all, finances. The breakfast show wanted it. They have the money to pay for it. And they get it. When one door open, when one door close, many doors open. Don't worry yourselves. I believe soon everything will be all right. But we cannot be ungrateful to our Gael family. And I hope when many other doors open, I know our Gael viewers will come wherever we are. But we really have to organize eventually to take care of the tax board. Yep, and Munsami, you really did always was warning some of the people and them know why. What's some of the language that you all want to think? What's some of the language? But the main issue, well, that was just the softener to be able to make the move because, but other than that, it's just a warning. And it was just a warning. And the main thing is proposal. That people see it, wow, Gael saying thing on that morning early, boy, what, the ground pot day, right? People come. It's starting to get a lot of people. And other hosts and people with money will organize and they come and they might be, hey, you gave X amount of money for that spot day and thing, and who are more corn feed more fowl? We don't have no money yet. Correct. Correct. So Munsami is correct on that, but the main thing really and truly, again, no money. Again, it's still have a P&M tax board there. Right, and only don't worry. When one door closes, many doors open. Okay? So now let's continue. Michael said, but at least in the interest of right-thinking citizens, Gael could have allowed at least 1 hour and a half. Money, you gotta have money. You gotta have money. How long somebody look at It was almost a year since long before the election, maybe about 5 months or so before the elections till now. So it was almost a year we on Gael there. And never give them nothing. And we grateful. Uncle Errol, thanks so much for the opportunity. You know? Thanks so much. But we needed to have money to pay for this spot. Eh? Remember, we are waiting for things to get on board with our government. Remember, they stop all advertising for now. But remember the other day I was calling and saying, but wait, how some of the government, and I say, I go get vexed for that because in a way I was trying to say, well, why we still, some of the government institutions, which I believe Kamala don't know, and if she do see it, she might be warn them again, still advertising with CNC3 and them, and Guardian and them always bad, them fighting this government, fighting Kamala them. Openly you could see it. But yet said some of the state institutions buy ads there. So what about why they couldn't buy a little ads on dial? At least, you know, on the morning program, yeah. So that's why the other day when I was trying out all them talk about why state boards still or state institutions still buying ads from the PNM 1% media, the CNC3, the Guardian papers, you know. But I know eventually things will change, and they're supposed to know you can't fatten a cow to kill you. I seen some state enterprises paying Happy Independence Day, Happy This Day, happy and paying for full page ads and all kind of thing. That is $50,000-$60,000. What they feeding them people them, and they don't like we. But the programs that educating and however can get a little state ad or state board ad or whatever. And we didn't study it because remember the Prime Minister mentioned whole and all advertising and everything for now. Right. Andy, because of you all speaks the truth, you think that want that. That's why TC and every off the airwaves. Yep, we will always continue. Andy, and they don't have cussing on their shows. We doesn't have cussing on we shows. You don't have no cussing on this show. There are no cussing on this show. It just has some language that is not that friendly, like dog, like bitches, which is, you know, a bitch is a female dog, and you could get it in the dictionary. You know, that is since years, you know, which those things could be said on state media in America and various places. You could afford to say bitch and dog and ass, jackass. That is the next thing. A jackass is a donkey. Simple thing like a jackass. You can't say those things. Those things are forbidden. Those things was back then, look how long, you know. It just has some things eventually that organize and take away some of those things. Somebody says somebody's a jackass, there's a donkey, it's in the dictionary, it's there. You know? So that's some things that could eventually, to me, wipe out or take off. But it's real. The only baddest thing I hear there really is the bitches, which is really a female dog, but other than that, it's really little talking, which is Trinidad and Tobago twang, Trinidad and Tobago culture with language. Right, but we can't expect callers all callers will not be professional and wouldn't have that ukura of professionalism. Some people express themselves in some ways, but the issue of those languages be minute, real small. Real small. But again, callers, only just be careful. Just be careful, right? That's the most important thing. Only just be careful. Good morning to you, sir. How are you? And what's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning?
Morning, Andy. Morning, Andy. You're right, me. It's London calling, but UK calling. But you know, I had to clarify what I had to say. That what I was saying in the chat. Reality is this, yeah, brother. At the end of the day, half of, if not all of Trinidad and Tobago know that the Ground Report and that on for about at least 5 years, but more so, right? So let's look at it. Every single time you guys say no cursing, no swearing. That was from since on the radio program, right? So everybody know, right? Okay, you would have like little in between, as you said just now, where a man will say something and thing like that, and it's because of the Trini twang or whatever. But the reality is that TAT will find any and every known entity in order to shut down people who are speaking the truth and speaking righteousness over what tyranny that they're under. That's the reality. The other reality is that they're being paid by the 1%ers and them. Remember, the same man there who Marvin Gonzalez stood up on a platform and said that how we are the propagandists and we're going to spread it. So how you expect to spread the propaganda? Not through media, not through paying them. And who's got the money at that time? The same billions and trillions that is missing from the treasury is being paid to them. That's why they can afford to have a show. They can take off Gael. They can take off TC and Heavy. I'm surprised and I'm thankful that how they ain't take you lot off yet. But that's because of the type of protection that you have. And then what Lennox went through. Every single person that speaks truth in Trinidad and Tobago gets shut down. That is facts. That's facts. But if you're coming out with some, pernicious agenda and you're trying to, say, oh, well, the Honorable coming up Bisesa, she tripped on her stairs when she was climbing up something. They want to make big story over that. If you understand what I'm saying, they make big story out of that. But the reality is that anyone that speaks the truth in Trinidad and Tobago, and I get real upset because look at that. For example, just the other day, Philip Alexander was talking about Gigi. Why is Gigi coming out of the woodworks to come and say he wants to be working alongside national security and all of that? When just the other day he was just cussing down the woman, saying that how she was this and she was that. But put him on a platform and he would speak the words. So the reality, brother, is that when you guys speak truth and you speak the righteousness about what is happening in the country and what they're about and what they're doing, they shut that down. TAT will come and find any excuse. If you're sucking a dinner mint on the set, they might want to shut that down because you're not supposed to be having no dinner mint. So I find that we need to stand up now.
But in real, I being straightforward, right? I just bring up that aspect, yes, but the issue is money. Mm-hmm. Remember, the issue is money. The main issue is money. The main
no, but here what it is, right? If you're telling me, right, well, look at it from this aspect then. Okay, so if it's money, why it is that man like Ian Allen has got every, and if not all, of the companies and them that's on his side. Think about what I'm saying, Mm-hmm. Every single person from Passad's, Food King, from all of those people are all advertising via one person, Ian Allen, right? Because obviously his demographics is worldwide. All right, let's look at it. But you guys' demographic is worldwide as well because you're on the internet. The same as TC and Heavy were worldwide because they were on the internet.
Right, but
the same as Lennox.
Correct. But
why is it that how the companies and them are not coming to you guys to come and do the same thing that they're doing on Ian Allen?
Good.
You guys got the same following.
Let me tell you.
Go on.
Right? Because we have the same following, or even bigger, especially when we're on radio and TV and thing. But our content Ian Allen, if you realize, don't get involved in politics much. He will only think after. He gets ads from PNM, he gets ads from UNC. He content is just crime, this, that. Remember, our content is people speaking the truth and fighting for betterment, which is technically content is against the 1%, the people that have. And those people now would not want to align themselves with our content because at that point in time too, they don't want the PNM to notice, hey, look, people are adding the wrong report and they not get money. Hey, look, we do this.
Andy,
Remember some of I tell you, that is the problem.
No, because let me show you something. I'm telling you this now, brother. It doesn't matter because me as a person who has a business, right? I don't care whether you like the Pope, whether you like whoever. The reality is I want the business. I don't care where it's going to, just as long as I get the business. That's the objective of the reason why I'm putting an advert outside there, because I want to target those people, whoever it is. I don't care. It could be color, race, read, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that I want to get that particular product out there. But what I do find within the business community, there is a clique. Now let's look at that clique for 1 second. If you look at that clique, 99.9% will put their advert on TTT, on all of these different kind of sites and whatever, CNC free and all of these things, and they go down the listing.
Not
right?
even TTT,
okay.
not even TTT. TTT bossing. So say
Well,
they will put the
TTT,
money
yes,
on.
That's a boss. That's a boss.
That's a boss. That's government. So
Yeah.
they pay it on TV6.
Right, that boss. Right, boss.
They pay it on CNC
Yeah,
free.
CNC free and
The
right,
buying
and
news.
those. But if you look at it,
go ahead.
The main set of advertising, if you look at it, comes on Ian Allen, even though that he may be an independent body. Let's look at it from that perspective. Independent, and put that in brackets, right? Independent body, but yet still, regardless, when you look at TC and Heavy, technically they're independent. Yes, they have their principalities on whether UNC and PNM, but
That's
they
the problem.
speak about
Right.
holistic.
That's the problem.
Then they speak about holistic. They speak about holistic approaches.
Right,
now, if
you
think about it, the crime that's in Trinidad and
All right,
stuff.
but hold 1 minute. Hold 1 minute. Hold 1 minute. Look, you already saying what's the problem.
Yeah.
They
Right,
would not get that support dress so because again they are politically aligned. So long as they believe they're politically aligned, that's it.
Yeah.
They don't if you check it good, Ian Allen was only politically aligned once when he ran for candidate. And that caused him.
I remember that.
That caused him real problems.
Yeah, that cost them a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, I remember that.
A whole lot.
Yeah.
Till he had to start from scratch.
Yeah.
All them television stations
Yeah,
show him
that.
out. When he was showing that he was politically aligned.
Synergy chucked him out. Synergy chucked him out, so hence the reason why he created his own. I know that.
Right.
But this is what I'm saying to you. Now, the thing is, what I'm trying to show you is that even though that he had a rescue situation, which was seeing Synergy, right? And then Synergy decided to throw him away. The same way as all the others, including like the station
He was on board TV6. He was on board TV6. So that is the next reason why he was on board TV6 and CNC3. So that's why he will be more widespread on us. He was on television. The 1% back then was pumping on him, so he get to be even more known. Remember, we have never get the opportunity to be on a mainstream other than 104.7.
104.7. Yeah, and the next one that you guys were on would have been Guile the TV, which was on for a year.
Guile is not mainstream because Guile is
only. It's not mainstream. It's side. Yeah,
you only can get Guile. You only can get Guile if you have cable. CNC3 and TV6, you could get it either or
on all channels. All channels. So like on the local TV and also on satellite, right?
And you only can get Guile too on Flow and on which is Ampli and them. You couldn't get Guile or you don't get Guile on Digicel. But with
then what he's done now is that he bought his time. Now, this is the thing that I admire about him, and this is why it is really important that most, if not even small business, micro businesses, when they look at even a man who's selling a doubles and stuff, he should put like a little advert out on you guys' show. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it would reach like some masses, and this is the objective: is that the small. What my problem is, right, is that the ones that follows the ground report and supports the ground report, that is in business and got micro businesses and got small enterprises and stuff like that, they don't support it.
They don't.
They don't support it.
Right. Let me tell you why. They support the ground report. They love the ground report.
Yeah.
They want the best in the ground report. But they don't support it because they don't want people to see that their business is being advertised on the ground report, because remember business people like to play the state away from the politics.
So again, affiliation. You're affiliated with PNM or UNC or some nonsense, and that for me is small-mindedness, and that is the reason why I get ticked off with Trinidadians. Because of the sheer fact that small-minded kind of type attitudes is what leads other people astray. Because the reality is now everybody's going to hit up now the morning program, the morning brew and morning programs, and all of these programs are going to base their philosophies and that on what? Spreading the propaganda of the PNM. 4 years from now, everybody's going to go back now inside of the voting booth and say, oh gosh, I'm going to just sway myself because of 4 years of mind washing. They're going to end up doing the same nonsense that they did 5 years ago and 10 years ago. So what you're going to realize is that Trinidad is always back, forward. They're never forward, and backward, never. They're always forward and backwards. Why? Because of the propaganda. And then the thing is that the way that the words are spread, people don't do any research. So now you have people that's sitting down, not doing any research on the information that's being spread to them. So now they go and take that pernicious agenda, that propaganda from the PNM, and spread that inside of the homes, spread that inside of the barber shops and all of these different places. Now the work that you guys are trying to do is 10 times as harder.
Yep.
Right? It's 10 times as harder. The information that they're giving them, it's false.
Yep.
The papers are not helping you. The newspapers are not helping you. And that's meant to be the fifth pillar of democracy. And it's not even helping you. Correct. So if you got that, and then you got all of those other things, like, so what is going to be the status and scenario of Trinidad in the next 5 years?
Very good. So
6 years from now.
Very good, caller. And I like your observation. And if we don't deal with that and make sure our mainstream and making sure that our mainstream could get its message out there, especially the government. These mainstream and them that is PNM aligned will tie up the people because branding is a serious thing. We can't hide from it. We can't hide from it.
You can't hide. And the problem is that more than so, what you're gonna find now is that even though, like, for instance, our Prime Minister said she's going to build 20,000 homes in the next 5 years. This is fact. She's going to do that. But you're not going to see the media pushing that. So now a lot of people's going to say, well, where's the houses? I thought there was 20,000 that's built. Well, there's 20,000 that are built. But because you're not getting the information the right way, you're getting it the left way, not the right way. Now you're experiencing, there's 20,000 houses. Now the question is going to come into the parliament about what next 6 years from now when PNM and them in power now, and then the ball. So where's these 20,000 houses? Whoa! And then you're going to have a person similar to like Dr. Bodo and all of them man who coming down and say, they're here in this location here and that in that location there. Just the same way how they had to go on. Prove 100 and something odd schools is the same principle they're gonna have to do with the 20 odd thousand homes. What about the 50,000 jobs that's promised? They're gonna say, there's URP and issues with CPEP and issue with forestries. But the reality is there's no problem with forestries. There's no problem with URP and everything because they've sorted it out. But then the government system and that is not going to show that. So now, where are you going to get the right information? Where are you going to get the right knowledge? And this is the principle. And this is why Trinidadians and them have to wake the Ross up and realize to themselves that you are being fooled every single morning. When you wake up at 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning and you're hearing the agendas, you need to turn that off. I don't even know why they have it on as a ring alarm. That's facts. So what needs to happen is you guys need to be supported. I mean, brother, I supported you and I will keep on supporting you. And I supported Lennox Smith, and I'll keep on supporting you guys whenever you need it. You just call me and they say, well, London, you have anything you can help me? Yeah, no problem, I have you. Because we want our shows to come out, because we want the real truth to come out. So it's really surprising that Trinidadians actually keep and stick and sit down with these kind of people that spread this propaganda and don't say nothing. They quicker just walk away from it. And they say, oh, well, I can't really do nothing about that now. This is government thing. But it affects you. It affects your judgment. It affects the way that you move in your society. It affects the way that your bills are handled.
And the 1% know that. Don't know that. The 1% that running the media knows that. That's why the fight.
Come on, if I'm a 1%, I'm going to do that. If I'm a 1%, Andy, I am going to do that because I can see how one could take the mick out of Trinidadians. Easy. I can see that. So if I can see that and I'm over here thousands of miles over the pond and I could know and I can see a way in order to change up somebody's system and how these people and them think, I am going to go on. I will push for that. I'll make money off of that. If I'm going to go in, I will go in with 1,000. I know that how in the next 10 years I'm coming out with 150,000. Facts, because I know how to go. I'm going to go and push for that. But I don't want that. What I rather is get my government now that's in charge to make sure that they handle their business, do their thing, and do the things that they're supposed to do for the next 40 years.
No, but I will say your government or our government again, advertising.
Yeah, no, I'm
advertising when it's coming to political programs. We wouldn't get that in Trinidad and Tobago, so people keeps away because nobody don't want the business to be aligned, right? If you check good, have you ever heard after Ian was a candidate for the UNC all these years back? After that, have you ever heard Ian Allen say, I support PNM or I support UNC? Or have you not at points used to be like, who is supporting?
What I've heard is that that's my friend. I've heard that. That statement I've heard. Now, remember what I'm saying here, because brother, I've been with you guys for the longest, from however long I've been with it. So I'll know all of what he said too. He has said, imagine in his own discourse on his own show at one particular point in time, right? When Rowley was listening and he got wind. So he went from there, he spoke like sir, from yo. He went to sir when he realized that how like he was listening in. After that, soon after that, Guardian was advertising on his site. Right? So you think that's the one? All right, come on, bro.
It's money. It's money. You're not calling it. It's about
exactly,
money.
Because you know what you're doing. That's right. But right. So the thing is that
we're not trying to work. He sometimes will be like the other media houses where it have things where the man could highlight and he would not, because it may interfere with his money.
It will interfere with your money.
With his money.
Right. So the thing is that now what it is now is that at the end of the day we can understand, but you have to look at it. His show is called Crime Watch. So that means that it doesn't matter whether it's the opposition or the current person in government. What's the main thing? Crime. So crime has no side. Crime is crime. Yeah. So the reality is that he can go and base his synopsises based off of like what he sees, and then he could ask, well, Minister of Security, can you do something about that? I looking for this one. Do something about that. So he does target the people and them that's in charge, but he doesn't go to be on side. You understand? He's, obviously he tries to keep himself very neutral. Now I get that, and that's the reason why and then another thing too, based off of him, a lot of people has confidence in him because he's a silent person too. So he'll get the information, He would relay it to the people that's necessary for him. He's not going to go to any and every police officer. He's going to go to specific police officers. If you think about it, he likes those police and them from Chagonas and stuff like that. They're efficient with him. WPCs and that, they're efficient with him. And this is the kind of thing. It's because of the sheer fact that the reliance, people will rely on him because they know that he ain't gonna have no affiliation with PNM or just UNC. Now, if you can probably do that or possibly do that in the sense of be independent, but you are independent. You just highlight what the previous regime was doing, and you highlight what the current government is doing. So there's no problem. But the issue is that the people, I find they're too childish, and they find that how like, oh, let me just go on this side and I don't want to hear about that side, and and all of these things, and it's not beneficial to the country. And the country is what you want. Generation, if you want wealth from the country, you need to generate yourself to get the wealth. So you can't just side on one side and say that, okay, it's only Ian Allen that can get my money, but man like Andy Williams can't get it. It should be spread throughout. Why is it KFC and all of these other places can get all of that kind of clout from different locations, but you can't? Doesn't make any sense. Well, it doesn't make any sense. They're already affiliated with PNM, right? We know that they're affiliated with PNM. So, yet still, you spread it only to PNM channels, but you don't go to the other channels that's probably against the PNM. The reality is that it's food they're selling, bruv. So sell your food to whoever it is, PNM or UNC. It doesn't really matter. And I think that head of PNM or UNC, that's the issue with Trinidad. Like, we don't deal with, Labour and all that. We don't have no time with that. It's who's working for me. Starmer, regardless of whatever nonsense he's doing, it's still working for me because the petrol prices are still lower than how it was a few years back. So I know that he's working for me. Whatever agendas he's got on his head is up to them, and whoever fixed that or they find out about that, that's on them. But what works for me is whether it affects me in my pocket. And that's what Trinidadians and them supposed to be looking at, their pocket. But they're looking at who's siding with who and stuff like that. Andy, I know we could speak for time on this matter, but you know what?
Let me leave the room there for us.
Thank you very much. We'll leave that one there, but you know what I mean? As I say, thanks a lot for the call, man. Look after yourself, you don't know.
Yeah, but if it is, again, as you said, it's long time you're listening. Yeah. And obviously, I know you'll get the opportunity to be able to teach the others why we, the Ground Report, would not be able to, which is wrong, get advertising like Eon and this and that and however it go.
No, it's wrong.
Because
it's wrong. But I believe that how you guys supposed to be getting, you guys supposed to have little micro businesses and that advertising your things. You're supposed to have like your designers, man, like Newbie and that. They're supposed to be doing all kind of flyers and that, and then pushing that onto your show and stuff. And that's supposed to be a video, and you're supposed to be seeing ads, and we're leaving for the ad break, and those kind of things you're supposed to be saying, brother. But
I agree.
What we find, even a barber shop, this is my problem. Like simple things, a barber shop, like a person who's selling roti or making doubles or making aloo pie or some kind of thing, like should be advertising that on your show, even if it's $1 a day. You advertise on your show. Yeah. So the thing is that at least it starts to generate some kind of income on your end and for the other person who's trying to sell.
Yep, you are correct. But unfortunately, the business people that listens to our program don't
yeah,
they wouldn't advertise on it. They're afraid. All them afraid. Remember back then to Rowley and the PNM. Remember back then to Rowley and the PNM.
There's no one wants to help you.
But I understand. Thanks so much. And you gotta remember back then, too, we had a very, very, very vindictive government. Real vindictive. That some businessmen afraid, because remember, it are businessmen who want to advertise, but it are some businessmen too. Let me tell you why some this want to get involved. Remember some of them too, maybe not paying various taxes. that cocoa in the sun, and if it is the government, back then the PNM, see they come to advertise on the ground report, which the ground report is exposing all the ills of the last government without fear or favor, while the others staying quiet. Everybody that afraid them, we used to go at them still. Many businesses would not advertise because they will fear victimization. Because remember, to all don't know what business are like cocoa in the sun. Remember, the goods that are coming in the port. Some of them might have to buy from the 1%. And PNM is our government. They lick you up. You ain't see what they do movie tongue. All I see what the PNM do movie tongue. All I see what the PNM do, the only biggest black man business in Trinidad and Tobago, Lawrence Dupre, that black man business hour. Why he end up like that? If he was like the 1% and just stay quiet, he'd have never end up there. But he did take side. He was supporting the UNC, CL Financial, Carlos John and all of them come from there. PNM had a vengeance for Lawrence Dupre and Clico, not now, long time. This is the reality of Trinidad and Tobago, you all. In order for we to get advertising to be able to make money, we will have no choice but to change the format. And in changing the format, it will have to be protecting our clients that must be politically affiliated. That a politician will call that owner, oi, what a man talking, what a program talking there. Even if it's truth, this is how it is go. What a program talking there. Boss man, I just put 5,000 every month towards your business. Get rid of that program, you know. They say, well, lost your 5,000 or your 10,000, you know. All of them know, don't talk that. And what that will do, it will compromise our integrity. And then we will have to be like Eon and the 1% programs, that we cannot say certain things if we want to continue getting the funding. That is the facts. TC and Evile, you all know what time it is. How manage if the ground report telling all what time it is, all in understanding. How manage people who promise, because they hear what they say, to advertise and to pay for the program, back out. Them fellas talking truth. Them fellas wouldn't be by the 1% mainstream media that want to mash up the UNC party. They want to make sure we only have about 5 years. Because messaging and marketing is very important. And it are no ifs or buts or maybe. The two mainstream media in Trinidad and Tobago is CNC3, which is Guardian, and the TV6, which is, I think, One Caribbean Media, with Express. Those are the mainstreams. And based on what they sell, because they hit most of the people. So, that is why the ground report failed to achieve finances and support. And anytime we do that, all they will see we have no choice. Because who pays the piper sings the tune. I wonder if you all understand. So let me see if you all understand. But before I go, let me say a pleasant good morning to Lennox Smith. So again, we not been on Guile. Had we been able to have a contractual financial arrangements with Guile, Trinidad and Tobago, Guile, the Caribbean, we would have been on. So at least even if they say they get that letter here, so however, at the end of the day, they're getting money for the program. But they wasn't getting no money for the program. And we had to understand that. Just like OTC them had to go. Because they had all right, we online. But it's still a cost to be online, you know. They people time and money here. I could afford to go do something from 6 to 10 and sure make money. Time is money. And there come a time we tell you all, we don't get paid. What we do here, we does for free. Come on. Right, that's few people. Some people will help, some people wouldn't. It is what it is. That's some people will help we at one time spin off and then that is it. But it is what it is. But at every point, we're very grateful for whatever help that we got. Okay? And I think the government is doing its homework and understand that they need to get their mainstream media up and running. And to be able to get their messaging out. And instead, government spending money on TV6 and all of them, spend the money on TTT. Spend the money on the government radio stations. Again, Cabinet Pastor B and the UNC knows what they're doing. I believe it's just a matter of time. Remember again, Mickie is supposed to be in TTT at some point in time. And Moon Sami and many other people, wherever we go. So again, you all don't worry yourselves. It is what it is. But it's all about money. Okay? Lennox Smith, a pleasant good morning to you, sir.
President, morning to you as well, my friend. Are you hearing me loud and clear?
Loud and clear.
Are you hearing me loud and clear?
Yes. Yes, you need to hear me. You have to lower up your...
Andy?
You have to turn up your headphones.
Andy?
No, I not. You not hearing me, Lennox.
Are you hearing me loud and clear, Andy? Something's wrong, boy.
What do you mean? It's your headphones. You got to check your headphones. All right, everybody, meanwhile, the lines are open. The lines are open. Morning, caller.
Morning, Andy. Kerr to big Uncle Lennox. Uncle Lennox.
No, go ahead. You just talk. You just talk. Yeah, you just talk, caller.
Andy, bring up a nice topic this morning about funding. Uncle Lennox, I would like to say to Andy, Andy, there is a lot of small people forming cottage business. They're making little cocoa drink, little fudge, little pepper sauce, and other items. These are the people looking for market and looking for proper exposure. Think about this, right? They get in touch with you, and a little $50 to run a 2-second ad to give them your number and to make a reach them. The same thing at the Uncle Lennox. Christmas coming, Diwali coming. It have people that make sweets and cater for Diwali. They can take a little $50, nothing much, because based on the clientele, and we advertise to them. They get a little $50. So if you get 10 people to advertise, there's a little 500. That 500 might be able to pay for the data to keep you online. So it's same thing with Uncle Lennox. So it had the Christmas coming. It had people who just do the pastel, the fruit cake, and other Christmas the goodies.
Let me tell you something.
$50. Yeah.
We try all of that. Don't get high up.
No,
but again, let me organize and move on to the again. There is nothing we have. All right. Look, Mickie and all program the observers. All right. If you check it's only a certain amount of advertisers, and them is diehards that understand something. That not going to happen, and then the small business people watching down to the $50 or the $100. Understand? So for now, Again, the only way we you saying will be possible, we have to change the format. And changing the format is, who pay the piper, sing the tune. Who pays the piper, sing the tune.
So I just want to ask Penny, the Penelope Beckers, right? They're talking about an independent parade. And I take this opportunity this morning to tell the listeners, to ask Penny, where the helicopters and them that the UNC buy and leave there, where she Prime Minister sell in the middle of the night. And where is the fire tenders and them that she, National Security Minister, supposed to buy and put in the fire station on them? Where is the equipment so that they can display it for independence? It's a hand nod. And that borrow, let's imagine, they reached out to borrow a fire tender from another station to outfire a different.
Go ahead,
religious body, me press. I wonder why you don't ask for the fire report, how your colleague died, and what was the cause, why the fire tender takes so long to reach. So, Andy, yes, mainstream media is pushing a narrative to pull on the UNC government, make it look bad. But I want to tell you, PNM students and them, check back and see now that how they lead the economy and the status they live in. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, so Lennox, I want to see what's on your front burner callers. You need to deal with it. Somehow you have a problem with hearing.
Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me, Andy?
I hearing you. You hearing me?
Right. Yes. I'm hearing you. But I was asking all the time if
you wasn't hearing me
before my introductions. I was asking if you were hearing me loud and clear, and I wasn't getting a response. But
no, I was getting a response, but
somebody
you
was
wasn't
calling.
hearing.
Just how somebody was calling from the outside simultaneously, and probably that is why might have created the miscommunication. All right. So we are on.
But if somebody calling, how it will cut your internet? Or here, how it cutting you from hearing?
No. My
headphones. How somebody calling? Look, red people calling right now, and my headphones are cutting.
No, that part of the mechanism will be override. Talking about the hearing part, that's why. But that's all right. The earphone will be override in such circumstance. But that's all right. So you're hearing me now?
Yeah, but the other caller waiting. So let me just say the caller was waiting before you
go ahead, yes.
Go ahead, caller.
Let the caller go ahead.
Andy, Mickie, Kerr, Lennox, Trinidad, Tobago, Central here. Pleasant, good morning. Andy, great topic as usual. Oh Lord, happy Independence Pass Day to each and every one of you all, and Trinidad and Tobago Central here. Andy, here we're telling you a great topic as usual. I must say that. And, you know, besides this, Andy, I would like to talk about, over the weekend I went to Mount Hope facility with a family member. And I would like to draw this to your attention and Trinidad and Tobago's attention as well too. It is something happening since in the dirty, corrupted PNM time. And as I say before, and I'll say it again, I am a person, or we are people, that speak about straight across the board. We don't talk for individual persons or one or two persons. We speak for everybody. Right? Now, the situation that I want to draw to which is the front burner issue of this burning, and I'd like to bring it up to the front line issue as often where this is something happening since in the corrupted PNM times, right? Now, it have the hardworking ones, Andy, and it had the delinquent one in every institution. But this is something we need to put a stop to, and we would like our government, our prime minister, our political leader to look into this and let them deal with it very seriously and with immediate effect. You see these patients caught on them in these hospitals on them. I would like them to put some people to deal with these people and them very seriously on every single shift in every institution, in every health facility. This is something going on over and over and over. There are things that I have witnessed, and I could not believe my eyes, Andy. You telling me people coming in inside of the health facility with the family members in critical situations, and you telling me that these people and them cannot find a patient escort to assist them with a family member to send them to see the doctor or the ward or whatever the case is? But therefore, I take it upon myself and I just decide to scroll around and walk to see well how these people is really function on a shift day, on the shift system. No, we're dealing with reality here now, Trinidad and Tobago, because here what's going on. A man on the outside going out and work construction, hard they work for small money. He banning the belly and he going and see about that because he has family to go and see about. You see these delinquents and these good for not do that in a uniform and feel like a crease each and every corner on the uniform and they go out there feel like go and make a hard they work or they stop that. That ain't looking good. All you need to earn that money and spend it with one of the sweat. And stop going to work and sit down in a room to shoo and laugh and this and that and talk about people business when they come. Go out there and work for their money the right way. Right? Because Andy has taken upon myself after strolling all over and I could have seen with my own two bare eyes how some of these workers are in a room, sit down gossiping, laughing, enjoying the time. And the nurses and the doctors and them calling. Patient escort for so by so. Water attendant for so by so. You can't see nobody at all. Now let me tell you something and we're going on with the principal here, you know. I'm talking about one institution. There are so many other institutions and here what's going on. Since we have a new government in power and our performing government, thank God, they're doing very good. Kudos to them. Every single thing that goes wrong, we're starting to draw it to their attention with immediate effect. Let them start to send people, Andy, to these institutions and them, serious supervisors. If they can't get serious people, start to put out some serious cameras straight to a camera system room where we'll have observers to observe what's going on a shift system basis. Because here what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago, these people and them get an honest day work. And them choose to do what it is they're doing on the own, you know. Them getting pay. They're getting a salary when the day come. They're getting pay when the month or the fortnight or whatever come. And you telling me this is what's going on? No. It's have people on the outside here waiting on the bread line. And anytime they slip the slide, you can't do the work, get rid of them one time. It's have people on the outside waiting out here, Andy. I've been real with it. Because I was speaking to one of the top person on them. And they say they really and truly understand where I'm coming from. But they come like they reach a point like they're fed up. So here what's going on. We're looking to deal with that problem soon as possible because these things what's sweeping under the carpet under the corrupted PNM government because it's many times people say draw to the attention under the PNM, you know, and nothing ever come outside. Why we have to blame government? Because the government wants to hire the right people to place them there to see about the delinquent ones on them. And let me tell you, some of them, Andy, it's outsiders. I've been real with you. Right? These are to bash the outsiders and them in no formal way. Together with rich Trinidadians and them. If all them know they want to work, give it up, let somebody else get a chance now. That's why we get rid of the stinking corrupted PNM because they can't do the work. They can't perform. So we get rid of them on the 28th of April going here. And we are making notes because everybody fights very hard to get a performing government working now. Right? And we are going down that road no more. There's them things done, rotten and forgotten. We don't want to go back that road. So we're looking to straighten up every little Nixon that's all over in this country. Time for that to done. And this is a message for all the delinquents and them in every institution. Anytime all they slip, all they're going to slide because you will go on. Technology advanced. And all they slip, all they're going to get shine up. So all they buck up on all themselves. Don't do all they want the correct way. And watch all they're going to get put. And all they will be able to get reports so that the people will know who is this individual. Because it is unfair to be getting a day work when the days come. And that's what you do when the day come. That's wrong. And let me tell you something, the institution and disciplining delinquent, it is very unfortunate. These are places that you can't really say, go sit down and say, okay, sometime. You know what I hear? Here's not certain establishment. Here's a performing. And if you can't perform, you're outside. I be real, Andy. I be real. Because outside people just wait until they get phone call. They wait until they're applying for things. Since under the corrupted PNM, You telling me a person who I know had 21 passes and can't get a proper job in this country and is stinking PNM. But thank you Almighty God out. We really have to bring God in this. Because at the end of it, if God was with we can never do it on our own. Oh, God bless no man curse. And God bless each and every single one out here. Each and every day for doing this by highlighting the corruptedness what's going on in the last administration and letting we know what's going on here right now. And this is a message for everybody else. All they have certain device, all they see certain thing in certain establishment, speak out on it. Draw it to somebody's attention. Let we deal with the corruptedness and that will come to an end. We can't continue taking corruption in this country, boy. There is too much handy, there is too much licks. There is too much licks. We can't take all that. So people, that is my simple and fundamental issue. That is my message I want to bring out since from how long? I think I talked about it in the last administration, but I will bring it back up again. Because I find like the feel is a plaything. All plaything stop. Now it's serious business. We get on to serious business here right now. So Andy, I hope the message could reach out to some people and they don't understand what already taking place. They can't perform, or they look to pack all the thing right now. Don't slip, because anytime when they slip, or they go slide. So Trinidad and Tobago, we are one people, one nation, one love. Let me live with harmony. That's what it is about, because we're going to restore back goodness. And we don't know we government performing. And right now, she's going to surprise the country. Everything is a matter of time. Let me give you the time frame, and that's right the way people. Because we restore back good people in there. Unity is the code. And just remember, thank God for Andy and them. Don't worry. Oh, God bless, as I say, no man curse. Andy, all they done doing a performing thing already for the country. And we love that. Always our breakfast in the morning, as I say. And continue doing that as a journey. Trinidad and Tobago have a wonderful day. Unity is the code. Goodness you're going to restore. And it's that.
Oh boy, I had a thing there, Lennox, with the attack in Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean. Let me just think it there quick. Let me just think it there real quick day for them. They wanted to.
That's after Trump backed opposition leader Juan Guaido in the presidential election. Well, time and again, the Trump administration has called Maduro's presidency illegitimate. And an NYT report also says that Trump signed a secret directive to the Pentagon to use military force against all these cartels. Earlier this month, rising tensions indicate that both the sides are far from backing off anytime soon. Well, coming back to Trump now, this is the same man who bragged that he would end the Russia-Ukraine war within 24 hours before taking office. Months later, there's still no real breakthrough in sight.
Lennox, warning, address of the day, that is where the whole press conference with Trump and them, and then the show where they blow the ship, out of the water. The boat out of the water that toting drugs.
Yeah.
I don't know, address had it.
I realize it's a different video to that which you were commenting upon. But yes, the things have escalated in the Caribbean Sea with respect to the blowing out of the water of an alleged vessel that was on its way, it is alleged as well, either to Trinidad or to the United States. And as a consequence, the battle against drug and narcotics in the southern, should I say, not Atlantic, but at least in the southern hemisphere, where, of course, the South America is situated, is real. And therefore, we wait to see what the other aspects of this operation will be. There's speculation, as you would know, that it is the prelude or the pretext for an invasion of Venezuela. Many of all of the vessels really in the Caribbean Sea and just off, but it's in international waters, but off the coast, so just outside the maritime boundary of Venezuela. And therefore, the type of missiles, tomahawks and so on, means that they can, of course, have precision striking, as we have seen take took place when the invasion of in the Middle East of to depose Saddam Hussein, Iraq I'm talking about here now, and therefore there is some similarities that we are seeing manifesting itself not too far from our borders and from our waters as well in Trinidad. Of course, the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, did in fact make a very categorical statement that if the Essequibo region is attacked by Venezuela, and I want to say conditionally because the opposition may like us to believe that is a blatant, outright, belligerent statement that is not in the interest of Trinidad and Tobago, and therefore must be condemned.
What else you have there first in the headliners there, my brother?
Are you hearing me?
What's going on coming, going on coming? What we have in the headliners there first? What's going on in the news there? I'm trying to get the whole boat thing by the time. I'm trying to just get that. Somebody wanted to see that. But you don't really have a thing on that. But what you have first thing? Other than that boat thing?
Okay, quite a lot of things. Of course, the school returns on Monday next. Of course, there is a claim that all schools will be ready, except of course in Tobago, where they are saying that there may be several schools that may not be. But of course, that is a narrative of the opposition in Tobago. Trying to get the actual news clipping in the meantime. But that is one of the things that I remember very distinctly. Of course, the disquieting murder situation continues as well. We are must be very concerned, but I've got it in front of me now. So Kamala says, kill all traffickers as Trump claims lethal strike on Venezuelan drug boat. So the Prime Minister is quoted as saying that all traffickers should be killed. And of course, she says she has no apology for making such a statement because those traffickers are indeed deteriorating the circumstances of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago with the infiltration or with the presence of drugs, narcotics, and other substances that are now, of course, plaguing the society and creating, of course, havoc in more ways than one: crime, criminality, and attitude towards your fellow man, on being unproductive, etc. So I suppose there is validity in that statement. Observers report fair elections in Guyana. So if an Ali's party would have won the elections, I don't think it has been made formally official by the Guyanese Elections Commission, but all exit polls and all indicators are that not only have they won more seats in the 65-member chamber or parliament or legislature, but that the opposition seem to be out of it all entirely, at least the former opposition. I think there will be a new opposition party that will be sharing the spoils, so to speak, of that of the
it have other party. So it have other opposition party that have more seats than the former opposition then.
Yeah, it appears that they have won none from the information.
No, but I heard from some Guyanese people who just listen to the program, they write it up and they say how the APRU or whatever, they win two regions. And they say, I think the young rich boy, I think they say he win 3 regions.
Yeah. And so that that's the information I have. Are you saying from your information that
from Guyanese people
has been reduced?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to wait for the final. That's the information that I would have gleaned this morning, but I would not doubt anything until, of course, we have a final pronouncement from the Guyanese Elections Commission.
Hold 1 minute. Hold 1 minute. One quick minute. Bam.
Over the last few minutes, literally shot out about a drug carrying boat, a lot of drugs in that boat. And you'll be seeing that and you'll be reading about that. It just happened moments ago. And our great general, head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, who's been so incredible, including what took place in Iran, knocking out potential nuclear power for a long time to come. I think within a month they would have had it if we didn't do what we did. But he gave us a little bit of a briefing, and you'll see. And there's more where that came from. We have a lot of drugs pouring into our country, coming in for a long time. And we just, these came out of Venezuela and coming out very heavily from Venezuela. A lot of things are coming out of Venezuela. So we took it out, and you'll get to see that after this meeting is over.
All right, so I didn't get to see it, but we get the press conference. Right? Right, you were talking, you say we'll wait for the information based on the Ghana elections.
So I think we could pass that, and let's await the final result. What we know for sure is that Irfan Ali's team has retained, of course, power in Guyana, and of course the observers are saying that the elections was free and fair. And of course, it's worth noting that the observers included not just the Commonwealth Secretariat, not just the CARICOM Secretariat, of course, led by our very own Ms. Narcy Scope, but also the Carter Foundation would have been there as well. And they have collectively and unanimously said that the elections in Guyana would have been free and fair, and therefore free from fear, F-E-A-R as opposed to F-A-I-R. Right? Nurses Association, not enough staff for Children's Hospital at Couva. So the Nurses Association is making it very pellucid, very clear that there appears to be not enough so to designate particular...
You know what's the cause of that, eh? The cause of that is, again, all during the COVID, and remember, nurses have been begging to be to get good packages. Then they was giving them only 6 months contract and year contract where they can self be recognized as professionals and all them kind of thing. Eh? So the nurses was under pressure.
This, why is that's well, to me that's an early stage position of the association. But one has to tying this to the recent statement by the government that all contracted work will be converted to regular tenure, regular reliable tenure, and not just in the public service, but among the nursing fraternity that would have been on month-to-month contracts and so on. And that would have been welcomed by the very union that is saying now that there's not enough staff to, of course, accommodate a children's hospital at that place. They, however, are saying that there is enough to accommodate a ward, maybe a section, but not the entire hospital being dedicated to a children's hospital. That appeared to me to be the argument that is being made by the Nurses Association. But I know that they welcome the decision by the present administration to regularize all nurses that have graduated and that are of a domestic nature, to make sure that they have a security of tenure and not the haphazard, helter-skelter, higgledy-piggledy, uncertain, skeptical nature that the last administration has plunged, of course, the nursing fraternity into, and therefore unreliability, many of whom had to migrate to greener pastures, so to speak. All right, the ministry.
Wait, hold on. What before the ministry? Hold before I go to the ministry. Go ahead, caller.
Oh, we have a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Andy Williams, pleasant good morning. A Senate fair, look at now Senate fair nice, so you could show Trinidad and Tobago, put it up on the screen where the boat getting blow up, and people go see how much drugs it have in the boat. People go see all them cocks bag and all them things, because you know how people you can't please all the fans and people saying all kind of thing. Show it up on the screen, let them see it now. But I cannot now Senate fair.
All right, thanks so much. Brother Carnage.
Thank you, Brother Carnage, for that assistance. We have some very reliable, informed, of course, callers, and that is why I look forward every morning to being on this program, because you learn so much, and we learn from each other. We don't claim to be the repository of all information, and this is a truly interactive platform where all and sundry can, of course, play their part. For what? For in support of our democracy, and the fourth pillar is, of course, the media, but more importantly, information is critical to make critical decisions. Such
Yeah,
as,
well, look at playing there, but it have
election time.
real drugs. It have real drugs in the boat, they ain't truth. Wow.
So you have it? You have
Yeah,
it
it's
now?
up, it's up. And yeah,
Yes.
they blow it out of the water. Boy. The straight and targeting, boy. Whoa.
Yeah, well, these are precision guided missiles, you know. They don't make joke. They're delivered and they hit their target.
Them themselves know what take them there, boy.
And I want to say, whilst we are speaking, because there is no audio there, so maybe we could comment a bit, that normally, under normal circumstance, the American Coast Guard might have followed them and then, of course, confiscate, and I don't know, they may, of course, deliver them to maybe a nearby country. But because the president has declared those persons engaged in that activity of procuring narcotics to the United States.
Tonight, the White House releasing this dramatic video of the
as
U.S.
a terrorist organization. The army is able to act in that way, so there is no repercussions for them. But if that did not happen, then of course taking that kind of action would certainly have, of course, created all kinds of complications and international maybe problems for the United States.
Nice. At least we get a proper video.
Tonight.
All right, we get a proper video with the talking there now. Oh, boy.
The White House releasing this dramatic...
Thanks so much, nobody.
Video of the U.S. blowing up a boat in the Southern Caribbean. President Trump says it was carrying drugs from Venezuela, and that the strike killed 11 members of the notorious gang Tren de Aragua, or TDA.
We have a lot of drugs pouring into our country, coming in for a long time. And we just, these came out of Venezuela. We took it out.
Last month, the Pentagon deployed 3 guided missile destroyers to international waters near Venezuela after President Trump designated several drug cartels as well as TDA, foreign terrorist organizations. The U.S. did pull off a large-scale prisoner swap with Venezuela this summer. Now tensions with Venezuelan leader Nicolás Maduro are rapidly escalating.
The Maduro regime is not the legitimate government of Venezuela. It is a narco-terror cartel.
Tonight, the president saying no U.S. forces were hurt in the strike.
Maduro has claimed that the U.S. military buildup in the Caribbean is aimed at overthrowing his government, and he's deployed troops along his borders. Tonight, a senior White House official is downplaying any possibility of the U.S. invading Venezuela, but says the president will use any means necessary to tackle drug cartels. Tom?
All right, Gabe Gutierrez leading us off with that new video tonight. We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
Nice. You all got it there. Oh boy, you all got it. You all get it there. I think eventually, I don't think they're going to overthrow the Venezuela at all. Right, I don't think. And in memory of Karam, Alan Karam will be burying tomorrow, please God. Yes, Alan Karam, he passed away. He did pass away. And he'll be burying tomorrow, please God. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller. Morning. Oh boy. Caller, you could go ahead. Morning.
Andy, good morning. Lennox, Mikey, everybody. God bless everybody. A good day today for everybody. What I want to talk about, Andy, I just listened there. It seems to me like people love to hear the said why they call this program too, because some of them just talk a certain nonsense. I hear this man calling about to take away the CPEP and the schools have bush and the parents want them to clean it and this for the cause of the children and he care about the children. If you care about the children, right, why you don't want to help clean the school?
Go ahead, caller.
Good morning, I'm Mikey Kerr and Lennox. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning to your listening audience or your viewing. This is the question directed to Mr. Lennox. So, Mr. Lennox, you make a statement that say that under these circumstances, American, in previous they will take prisoners and that is not forthcoming in this situation, right? So, give the American the rights to destroy the vessel. But Mr. Lennox, I want to know, so it can have no persons proven innocent until guilty, no evidence, right? The body, can you indicate that if they will retrieve the bodies on them, or they will it is a part of their responsibility to retrieve the body and bring some kind of evidence showing, or bring some kind of evidence, because not everything will blow up and destroy, right? Locked on and listening.
Yeah, Lennox Smith, the man would like to know, he heard you made a statement and really saying it was very irresponsible. He said that you said normally Trump or the military or the Coast Guard or the Army will organize and bring in the small little vessel. Hey, stop there. Hold. If you don't hold, we're going to blow you out of the water. Stop. And they didn't do that. They blow the thing out of the water. So is it you gain them right because did they say anything about retrieving the bodies? Or does that give, so everybody there is guilty? What says thou, Lennox?
Well, it was the first and foremost, let us get it clear. By executive order, presidential order, he designated those cartels in South America and Central America as terrorist organizations. So not just a drug cartel, terrorists. And because it is designated as terrorists, it poses now a threat to national security. And therefore the action, one of which is what you have seen there, where the instead of probably stopping asking questions and so on, they have taken that kind of action. That is what that terrorists and therefore the threat to United States national security provides to the Navy and the Army. It's a different. They have.
All right. So you are saying that. All right. So you in agreement? Just blow the boats out of water. Don't stop them. Don't retrieve the drugs.
No. I would just say what the position of the government of the United States is. But of course, I would prefer to stop and seize, and then of course take people to court.
Okay. All right. Next caller.
Yeah.
Morning, Andy.
Go ahead, caller.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. Barack for calling you.
Go ahead, Barack.
You know, listening to some people and listening to some of the social media posts and things, you know what it's sounding like? Them is good boys, they're innocent. The police shouldn't shoot them. That is what it's sounding like. This is a dotish idiot on them. For over 50 years, Trinidad and Tobago has been a drug transshipment point. Do you see anywhere in Trinidad and Tobago we just plant coca? The leaves that is used to manufacture cocaine. Do we have any manufacturing operation in Trinidad and Tobago? All the drug busts that and raid it is making Trinidad. Did you ever see any come up with where cocaine is being manufactured in Trinidad and Tobago? So these idiots and them who talking about they want evidence and this is, let me tell you something. America don't have to go in and arrest nobody, you know. How much in the last month or two, how much major drug seize have they intercepted within Miami and South America. Huh? And then you want them now to justify that they blow up these people in the waters. As usual, them was good boys, them was innocent Venezuelan just driving, going nowhere into the water. Let me tell you something. You see what the Prime Minister said? Blow them out of the water. Blow all of them out of the water. Because this thing had to stop. When these same idiot and them, the family getting killed in Trinidad with guns and weapons and things. And people is to understand, you know, why it is Rowley and them allow the borders in Trinidad and Tobago and Venezuela to be unprotected. Everything have a little connection. America don't operate just so. America does go with intelligence. They would go and understand what is taking place, and then they would do the part. Why Maduro don't respond? And Maduro big and bad. Look at America come and blow up 11 other citizens in the waters around Venezuela. Maduro is this big head honcho. He protecting the people and the country. Respond. Go and attack the warships on them right around the Caribbean. Let it done. He worries. Even though I wish he do something dotish to give Trump the added reason to just get rid of him and done their worries, and Rowley together with he, all of them, to just make this place peaceful. Just imagine, for the last over 10 years, every other week is some issue about Maduro and Rowley and this one and that one and things like you can't get no peace within the region. For people to function and let the country and the little Caribbean be peaceful and people develop it and all kind of thing. It's always something with this regime here. If people have any common sense and they would look at places like Mexico and Colombia and things, where these drug dealers and them, they don't have no respect for nobody. They just destroy lives, all they concern. And you know what these idiots them don't realize? When you look at the children of these head drug dealers and them, you know them in the best school, they don't come around nothing like drugs and all kind of thing. They're treated the best. They going to church every Sunday morning till Sunday and enjoying all the best life, totally away from what they are selling to people to destroy their lives and family. And then you having sympathy for these people. Go down Port of Spain after 6 o'clock in the evening and walk through Port of Spain of the same one of them who want justification and want evidence, walk through Port of Spain in the evening time. And under all the buildings on them, you see these people were lying there, you know what majority of them lying there for? That same thing where you're defending. Where you're saying they want evidence for, ask them where they're getting it. Who bringing it in and how it reaching to Trinidad and Tobago? That is what you need to ask. Go and see in all them rehab center where good, decent people, children, who get involved and hooked to these things. Where they're getting it from, where it's coming from. Go and find out the 600 murders that we had in the country, that it was the highest in our history under Rowley and them, where the guns came in from. And then you got to understand how destructive this regime is to the people in this region. And it's not only happening in Trinidad, you know. When you see what's taking place in St. Lucia and all these little islands where these people are infiltrating and starting to get this thing into the system, it's creating the same kind of drug, gang violence and all this kind of thing. And if anybody with a little bit of knowledge and humanity in them could come up to defend something like that, something wrong with all you. And as usual, there's good boys. There's good boys carrying powder for all your face, for all your babies, to powder up and look nice and smell nice and things. That's what they're transporting. So keep on defending it. And when you see it come knocking at all your door, then you're going to say, oh God, why Trump didn't do this before? Why Trump didn't do that for? All you're really sick in all your head. That's why Trinidad and Tobago could never ever get better with the mentality and the thinking of people who always think that them is good boys, and you want a reason for when you see the wrong thing is happening to make it feel like somebody who trying to fix something always wrong. Just imagine you have a prime minister going out all out in she days where she's supposed to be relaxing and going and plant a little pepper and thing. Putting all her time and effort to try to make Trinidad a better place, and all that dumb, dotish idiot and them still can't see the good in that. Or they always follow Penny and them, man, because it seems like the culture and the lifestyle all they have just like to be in the worst place rather than anything good. Have a good morning, Andy. Take care, man, later.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Morning, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the Go Report this morning?
Calling from Carnage. Right. What we know for sure that the U.S. government and its present constitution and its wild assumptions, accusatory, is what they use against the citizens and other countries, right? So the caller who called saying not calling people idiot because they have their own opinion. You quick to call people idiot because your narrative is one way. So nobody can make their own contribution without you making all kind of statement towards them. Everybody entitled to their own opinion, right? And I called just now and asked Lennox certain questions, but Lennox still didn't answer my questions.
Lennox.
I understand.
Lennox,
his
hold
position.
on. Lennox, hold on, caller. Hold on.
Yeah,
I want Lennox to hear you. Right? And your opinion is your opinion, and we all have to respect each other's opinion. You believe in, which I believe in that too. You stop somebody a thing, and if you ain't getting for because you could see them is like fish out of water. They could photo, hey, hold, don't move and bring them in. You didn't have to blow them out of the water. That's my opinion. Go ahead, Lennox Smith, listen to the man asking you again.
Yeah, wait is he asking me?
Yes, well, are you aware if they will just leave the evidence there just to wash ashore, drift, or they will go and receive the evidence? Take as fear that they will receive the body and show some kind of evidence, right? And you didn't answer that part. What you think they didn't figure that is justified? But when you call us, you can narrative.
One caller, like he answered, you ain't going nowhere yet. Go ahead.
Yeah, but
okay.
Well, it is clear that the exercise was thorough. That is to say, everything was disintegrated. I mean, let's see it. I mean, there are these smart bombs and these smart missiles and ammunition and such that. Yes, the camera will reach a certain point and everything just turn into powder or smoke. So it appears to me from the impact, everything just dissipated. I'm not holding any brief for anybody, but if there is evidence, then I expect that it will be eventually shown to the world.
Right. So what Lennox is saying, caller, what Lennox is saying, which I don't could share is a bomb like that, that is fresh food. The cocaine is fresh food, the bodies is fresh food, down to the boat engine is fresh food. Right. So go ahead, what's your going continue with your opinion?
Yeah, my point. So it's ironic that they use that heavy force on a pirogue. Why they use that heavy force on a pirogue? When they can use a lighter, you ever say the bomb what they use, that everything disintegrate. Why they use that heavy force? Come on, you see, this thing is so they want to show no form of evidence. They can use a lighter force. They didn't use that heavy force on a pirogue.
Yeah, but,
come on.
But I think, caller, that was to also show that they mean business. And hey, who want to play only going in pirogue or boat are setting an example for the whole world, including Venezuela. The kind of power you can turn fish.
I want to tell you frankly that would have been my response as well, because clearly, when you hear the Secretary of State, Mike Rubio, speaking, is in that vein. He's talking that, of course, there is a position that those who venture, they venture at their own peril, because the United States is not prepared to tolerate or to countenance such. And that is why I suspect the president has changed the status of these drug cartels to one of terrorist organizations.
Somebody's asking why you didn't pick up that with Trump. You're calling Lennox. Why you didn't call the U.S. Embassy or Trump? Caller.
It's in our program that you can call into the American Embassy. If in our program, we will do that. You see, everyone is trying to be sarcastic, and this thing is a joke. And I said, but one more point before I leave. I think I know that they try to be litty on social media now. And
No, but you stay strong.
Narrative.
But you stay strong.
I just talk as a point of view. Everybody have entitled to see things different.
And caller,
I don't have to see the.
And caller,
yeah, go ahead.
I agree with you 100%. That's your view. That's your view. You stick to your point and stay strong. Don't afraid to come and give what is your opinion. And you have give what is your opinion and stay strong. Go ahead with your other opinion for to take an next call.
If I remember, I lost track. I get distracted. If I remember, I will send a voice note.
All right. Or you can call back.
Maybe I can help you. The video that we saw is not real.
Again, Lennox, you all on kicks on and nobody's saying, all right, who in the right sense, right? Knowing that that power out there will take a period to bring drugs, knowing that America have real forces out there. It's an AI, because here Trump said the bag will come to the White House yesterday. It's AI, so it's an AI period, Lennox. We're trying to be little people, and only figure out all your point of view alone.
But
it's making substance. It's false. It's AI.
But I mean,
that's AI, Lennox.
I know you're taking serious.
Lennox, the videos are AI.
Go ahead.
You're not listening. The videos are AI. It's an AI period.
I say that. You're not really man taking up in test.
At the end of the day, we can have a conversation, and not. I doesn't, because I'm part of our program. Everything that the program is agenda, I follow. So I have my own opinion.
And I agree with you. I agree with you. What that does, caller, what that does, and I agree with you. Yeah, I know that. But watch. What I agree with you with that is that, with how you are and many other people, what that does is help the program. Everybody can never be on the same agenda, and everybody must agree to disagree, and some people must think differently. In real, at a period like that, I would, because I don't know eyes are forced to be reckoned with, however, I would have let one of them helicopter, one of them thing there, saying, hey, slow down, hey, hold. And if you continue, then I blow you out. You understand? I want to let you know, look at it and just blow you up and then go and talk about it. Hey, you see? Blah, 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 blah. We don't know that. So that is why I say, that's why I believe my partner Lennox said that is an AI. Because you don't operate so, it don't work like that. You don't boom. Don't tell when people go in airspace with planes or jet. The various militaries will warn the pilot, hey, here it is. You are in US airspace. You are in Russian airspace. Please turn around. Please, and then they go a thing. With that exercise in Venezuela, to me, come across like the people have no rights. Whereby, hey, hold, slow down. No, but then they have no rights. Remember, it's the labeled terrorist organizations.
Not be surprised, because remember, they did that in Iraq, when of course they wanted in the initial stage save from in the sea and decapitate the leadership of Saddam Hussein, but they didn't catch him. They were in a bunker and then they had left, and therefore they had to go in as an invasion force. Of course, what the Americans have sent there in terms of manpower is not an invasion force compared to the 4 million that Maduro said he will mobilize, and they just sent about 400,000. I think 4,000, is it? Yes, I think it's 4,000. 4,000 personnel. So it means, therefore, that what they probably would want to do is to say from outside and try to, of course, decapitate the leadership, if that is the agenda of Maduro. So they're gathering intelligence,
they're finding him. They're looking for him.
wherever he is, and then they will say, like how they they caught, of course, that terrorist in Pakistan, talking about the man himself, and of course that was under the former the former president, who had, of course, a thing for I think it was under Obama, in fact. This fella, the man for the head of not ISIS, what's his name? Bin Laden. You remember?
Yeah.
He was killed, yes, by an opposition.
So what I'm gonna do? We're
So
saying
I think that is where they are going. If there is the intent to change regime
So
in
you're saying,
Venezuela.
because he is identified as the leader of the terrorist organization, drug cartel,
Yeah,
Maduro
and
bounty
he has
thing.
a bounty. He
And
has
he
a
have a
bounty
bounty.
on his head.
So you know,
Just
so I believe they're not going to go in.
Just as the former Panamanian president Noriega, that is what they did.
Right, but so you believe
and dealt with him. Yeah.
Right, so you believe that they wouldn't put foot on the ground. They're looking for this man. They will find him. They will blow up wherever he is, and then Trump will come and take a press conference saying that Maduro is dead.
Yeah, the fugitive.
The fugitive.
Of course,
they will organize and execute some of the military heads and generals and them too, to make sure that when he go, that many of them will get that regime change it how they're going in, because they don't know too.
Yeah, because the opposition will now get much more motivated, and there are people within the regime itself and in the military there that will be sympathetic to the opposition, and of course, and then they have maybe a caretaker government, and then have formal elections, and things eventually will evolve.
All right, we understand. Go ahead, Colin.
Semblance of stability. Yeah.
Go ahead, Colin.
Yes, Brother Andy. Pleasant good morning again, Brother Andy. This is your boy, Brother Carnage again.
Yeah.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago, right? The whole world know that America have an exercise in the Caribbean and the circle Venezuela. Right? When you watch that boat, right? We talking all kind of thing. Everybody had an opinion, which is right? Now, if you watch the picture that I now sent for you, Andy, if you watch at one time, whatsoever was observing or whatsoever was seeing the boat was at the side of the boat where you could see the engine, and you're seeing literally inside the boat. And then when the actual destruction of the boat comes, you're seeing the object in front of the boat. So let me say that was a helicopter in the air passing command for the boat to stop. Watch how much engine it have on the boat, and they believe now that they were stopping because they know what have on board. So as a result of that now, the hard was to do what they do there. Why we ain't taking it that way? Why we just feeling that they just see a boat coming out of the water? Andy, let me say something again, brother. War have no rules, right? War have no rules. And the destruction that the drugs is causing in Trinidad and Tobago, in America, and throughout the world, America take a stand and they decide to get rid of the drugs. They might be able to get rid of all, but they could curb it. And it's that the mission America on. And here, America ain't come to invade Venezuela, America come to get rid of Maduro. And you see all the circling right now with that spy plane in the air, watching which part Maduro wants to pick up Maduro movements. Then we will hear Trump will call and say so and so and so and so. He will have a press conference and say, right now they're looking for Maduro, they're searching for Maduro. And when they pick up Maduro movements, then we'll see America is going to invade Venezuela to say they're going to kill innocent people and things. They're dealing with Maduro and the regime, because it is alleged that they are in the drug world. They're dealing with all the drugs. They're selling drugs here. They're selling drugs there. And I will say something to Trinidad and Tobago again. For 10 years, Dr. Rowley and Stuart Young was dealing with Maduro. What's the condition right now that we are facing is because of Dr. Rowley and them. What it is Dr. Rowley and them was doing. Dr. Rowley and them was associating themselves with Maduro. Right now, the position Trinidad is because of Dr. Rowley leadership.
Yeah, but what about the people? What about the people were saying that that small drugs and the most drugs that feeds America is coming from Colombia, and Colombia have a lot of American base, and would we see any attack on the Colombian drug cartel? That people are saying that. What says though?
Andy, America come here to set an example. Right? I see it already and I will see it again. War have no rules. They're targeting these people. They have these people known as terrorists. They have these people as people poisoning the community, poisoning the civilians, poisoning the population of America. So as a result of that, what America doing, America taking a stand once and for all. All they hear do, all they what the gentleman named the president Rubio, what name is? All they hear he say it. Right? What it has taken place now is something that we never see before. It's something that we never see before. Trinidad are in a situation now because of Dr. Rowley and them leadership. Why people not seeing it for what it really is? Yes, we all have opinions. Yes, we can voice the opinion on a daily basis, but we have to see it for what it is. Look at young people still talking about CPAP and this. Dr. Rowley and them they cause the problem for anti-cans, for the Honorable Prime Minister to close down CPAP and close down Europe. It's because it had a problem in it. It had a problem and she take over, her government take over. She cannot continue with the same problem. She have to find a solution to the problem. So she locked down everything. And people calling about the lost work and this and that and the other. They can't please all the fans and they don't matter what they do. They can't please all the fans. Some will love you, some will hate you. Right? Since this government take office, every time something going on in Trinidad and Tobago, you hear Maduro pointing him out. You hear Maduro Minister of Defense pointing him out. But look, Trump show you now, to all the time, all the feel America come down here just so. America come down here to protect me. America come down here to protect Trinidad and Tobago, to protect Guyana. From Maduro and then because there's the kind of thing going on in Trinidad, Spanish come in here like if you're a sporter Spain, like they're jumping in a bus or a car, they just come in here. They don't know who come in. No, the same about it.
But before you go, you're correct with most of what you're saying here. But before you go, what is the good in all of that? I believe with that what went on there and that show of force, which they didn't need it to, but they wanted to make a very serious statement. Down to the little small navy that Venezuela have. What that will do is that will slow down the course of migrants in Trinidad and Tobago for sure. Because if I see that,
people realize now, hear what it is. You see me going on no boat, I'm going on water there because me want to get lovely water. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to show you. This is a serious thing. This is a serious episode. I thank God for the government changing and for America taking the stand that they're taking to assist we. America is helping we. All they might see it the way I see it. All they might say, Canada is a UNC and everything is UNC. No! Let me be real. When you're down on the ground and you have a certain understanding about what your surroundings, you will know what's going on. And you could take a car. You could take a car from Venezuela. And go to Colombia, go to Panama, go to Costa Rica, go to Guatemala, go to Honduras, you understand? Nicaragua, and go straight to America by car. You're going to international borders, Andy. You know that? Trinidad and Tobago, you know that? You could travel in a car. Once you have the right documents and go straight to America by driving, you just have to go to international borders. And they're going to raise a bridge and this. Think about them thing over there. From Colombia, you could do it. From Venezuela, you could do it. Through borders and drive straight to America. That's all they don't know. We're only doing for the first time. Canada telling all of that.
All right, thank you so
so
much.
America come down to see about the people and to see about the country and to defend we as a people from people invading we. We is 1.1 million. 1.5 million, which is 1,500,000 of us here. America is 27 to 30 million people. We have over 200,000 Spanish in Trinidad and Tobago. We don't know who is who. We don't know if it's military. We don't know if it's what. If a bacchanal should break up, no, we don't know whose side I'm on, what they're doing.
Thank you. Go ahead, next caller. Thank you. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Morning, Andy. Freeport here.
Go ahead, Freeport.
I just want to continue from Miss Central. Miss Central, good morning to you, and thank you for being brave and talking out. Last week, Sunday evening, I went to the hospital. I taken sick. I went Cuba first. Cuba had a problem, that they couldn't handle me. They sent me San Fernando. I remained whole night San Fernando. 8 o'clock Monday morning, shift change. A doctor come and see me. He says, sending you home. I got a bag of drips on me. Make the nurse take out the drips and send me home. I want to ask him, what is the problem? He said, nothing, everything good. And he gave me a prescription for Tylenol. So I tell them, I say, for years now, I hear people say when they come to the hospital, all they get is Tylenol. Right? I said, I prove it today. Look, and I had the prescription in my hand. You know, a next doctor, I was going to make a report, and the next doctor hear me talking and ask me what happened. I tell him, I said I didn't like how the doctor tell me nothing is wrong, and I know I'm sick. And he sent me home. Normally, when I go to the hospital, when I get sick and things, I regularly go to the hospital. When they send you home, either a specialist or a senior doctor come and talk to you and explain to you what has happened, why you have to reach San Fernando. Nothing like that happened. So he take my name and he go on on the computer and he telling me you're supposed to get a catheter. That is one of those bags that is put on you to pee. I said, I don't know nothing about that. So Cuba see what was the problem and send me San Fernando for them to handle the problem. And this doctor who come 8 o'clock and take shift in the morning, see nothing wrong and send me home. And there's a lot of people, this thing happening. And when I tell them, I say I'm going to talk about this, and Ms. Kamala Prasad, the assessor, have to know about this, and the health minister have to know about this. Everybody inside there watching me like I commit a crime. But I, is the man who's sick, I know what happened to my body. If I didn't sick, I would have never reached Cuba, and Cuba would have never sent me San Fernando in ambulance because they see something was critical. And that's what's going on. Nobody don't care about nobody. Very rare you get somebody care. Very rare. And they do X-ray. They do CT scan. They do blood test, all kind of things. No record of what they discover. But in Cuba, they tell me I have a problem with my kidney. But when I reach San Fernando, 8 o'clock next morning, nothing is wrong to me.
Right, but you take the doctor name, you take with that send you home.
I know the doctor name.
You know the doctor name, everything, okay.
Yes.
Somebody now suggested that day, right? Somebody else just suggested too, you're sick in your mind for supporting the UNC. That is where you're sick. You're sick for supporting the UNC.
Well, tell that person who say I'm sick in my mind for supporting UNC. Look, let me say it, I don't want to say it here. And this program, it have a lot of nasty people following this program. They know you and Mickie and everybody, Lennox is done, and all your dotish. And you know them following the same program, so they have to be more dotish. People like Miss Arima, people like Patricia Reed, and people like Slimy. I don't afraid to call their name. They can't do without the program. But all your dotish, why you listening to a dotish program? And the next thing, I don't know why all your brothers and sisters have to be talking about coolie and coolie and coolie. You know, Giselle Jackson put out a report that when she watched the boards and them now, all she's seeing a movie by the name of Coolie 2025 before April 28th. What they were seeing, I was seeing Africa. I was seeing Africa and all the boards, but I never complain because I tell myself, if they choose the right people with the education, I don't have a problem. But while the government was going on, you see that they make wrong choice because a lot of them didn't know what they're doing in their ministry.
Now look, one of the callers want to know if you get your bag.
What bag?
The bag you say I don't forget.
No, they ain't give me. They send me home without it.
So you leave it out there if the next doctor tell you how to get a bag?
Well, that is what the doctor tell me, but he didn't look into it to send me back.
And the antibiotics, you get any prescription for antibiotics?
No, I tell you, I got a prescription for Tylenol. And then, you know,
No, sorry for laughing there because remember I always tell you, when you go in the hospital for headache, you lost your tongue, you lost your toe, you lost your finger, you bust your face, you get an accident, it's just Tylenol. That the medicine you just get it. Just Tylenol. Oh boy. All right, we lost same day. Let me go to the next line.
Andy,
yeah, go ahead, caller.
Andy,
Next caller, go ahead.
Yeah, I have some things to say. First to begin, this bombing that they bombed that pirogue, which part that happened?
Yeah, no.
That's one question I want to find out. It because I saw it happening in the Gulf of Paria or on the south coast of Trinidad.
They say international waters.
Right. But it ain't happening in the Gulf. It ain't happening on the south coast. That's where the Veni them coming in through. So how Rubio could say that could be coming Trinidad? That happened somewhere quite up Caracas, which is about 1,000 and something mile away. That is one. You know, at one time, Nelson Mandela, America declared he a terrorist too. So who does decide who is terrorist? Is it when they want to get rid of you, they just call you a terrorist? America, they say you're a terrorist? And other people calling what they should come and clear up Venezuela. You know what they do in Libya the last time? You know what the condition Libya in right now? Libya is a slave market now. After Gaddafi was giving people free electricity and money when they get married and house. That when Libya was seen the way, they get rid of Libya, they get rid of Gaddafi because they call he a terrorist too. Well, I want to know what Saddam Hussein and them weapons and mass destruction they lie about to get rid of he. But Saddam was a friend when he was fighting Iran. And then with Maduro is an offshoot of Chavez. Chavez nationalized the resources of Venezuela. And that is when America got a problem because the oil companies was exploiting Venezuela. Venezuela is basically two societies, the rich and the not rich. The not rich supporting Maduro because since Chavez days, Chavez was redistributing the wealth to the poorer places. Some of them favelas in Caracas, we were shantytown. If you see the housing them people living in now because of Hugo Chavez. They want to get rid of Maduro now because the oil, Venezuela have oil to cover everybody. And the Koch brothers built some refinery in Louisiana to refine Venezuelan oil. And when Chavez take over, them refinery just in mothball there right now. America want to exploit that oil because they getting problem in the Middle East with oil. They getting problem with Russia with oil. And the African countries standing up for themselves. So they want to come at Venezuela oil. They getting oil from Guyana, yes, but that's going to change soon because the Guyanese government going to see the light very soon and realize 2% royalty is nothing when Exxon and them taking all the money. Guyana go come and they go at Guyana too. America have no friend. They have interest. And they're interested in Venezuelan oil right now. It has nothing to do with drugs. America got 9 or 10 military bases in Colombia. And most of the drugs coming out of Colombia. Why they attack Colombia? They come to Venezuela. Venezuela is probably just we are saying drugs don't come out of there because of cartels and whatever, but it's a transshipment point. Just like how the drugs just come to Trinidad and end up in yachts heading Europe. That is not a serious thing. That is a shagaramas thing. It is end up on international yachts and things, people coming and picking up things and heading Europe. And them 4-engine boat, I have contacts in Sirius, them boat just come out of Venezuela and straight to Antigua. That's what they had the 4-engine for. Them boat heading straight to Antigua, where it have ports in Antigua, where they just go in and offload the drug there, and then they go to St. John's, in the U.S. Virgin Islands and get across Puerto Rico and get in the States. But Trinidad is a major transshipment point for European drugs, not American drugs. And if you look at the history of Trinidad, well, the recent history, who is the people getting rich in Trinidad and immune to prosecution? Why American ain't looked at that? You feel American who control the drugs in Trinidad? It have people buying up land all over the place, so they're getting carrying land and opening all kind of big business and getting rich.
All right, Colin, so before you go, Abigail said, Andy, Rubio needs to come Trinidad and Tobago to hold a press conference and allow these misfits to ask him these questions. Right? This man sounding like a dunce.
But Andy, I don't want to hear about that woman opinion. I have my opinion. Rubio, from ever since, he is one of the people who ship out from Cuba. When this Fidel Castro take over, he is one of the descendants of people who ship out from the rich people in Cuba who ship out when Fidel take over. He's a descendant from there. And he have a Cuban tabanca. I know he making it a Venezuelan tabanca. Rubio ain't nobody. Rubio ain't nobody no whole thing. He ain't about world politics. He have a Cuban tabanca. And sorry, now we making it a Venezuelan tabanca.
Well,
but Lennox is an expert on that whole strike. I want to ask Lennox which part that strike take place and how Rubio could associate that with Trinidad and Tobago. That happened up Caracas. That is thousands of miles away from here.
Nice.
Drugs in Trinidad, drugs coming from Trinidad, from Venezuela to Trinidad, just come either from Tucupita side, that is down the south, or Guria side, that is up on the east-west, that is up down in the northwest.
All right, well, let me ask him. Maritime expert, military expert, American under low profile, CIA agent, FBI, Lennox Smith. Could you please answer that man? We know you have a work in the Pentagon, and you will be able to answer my brother's question.
No, but listen. The man's history is on par. Let's not waste time. And some of the agenda that are not overt, he has identified. The fact of the matter is that we have to play for what we see. So that, for example, do you think that the Prime Minister is not aware of the possibility that the assembly of that flotilla of Arsenal, floating Arsenal, may well be diverted for the purposes of regime change in Venezuela? But she simply cannot say that. Now, he can say that because, of course, he doesn't have the responsibility of a prime minister. And, of course, if they do attack Venezuela in that way to change the regime, well, certainly the present prime minister will have to find another argument to say, well, listen, I could only work based on what we were told directly, formally, along, of course, officialdom and official lines taken from the President of the United States and the Secretary of State and so on. That's all we could work with. We can't work with anything else. However, she is clear that Trinidad's interest in the whole melee is being, of course, served, and that is what it is all about. So he's right. America is about serving their interests, and really and truly the overwhelming force that has assembled clearly does not mean that they're going to put boots on the ground. But what it is saying is, as I said, with respect to what they did initially in Iraq, is that they want to decapitate the leadership of the Maduro regime, taking him out in the process, and therefore they would have achieved their agenda. So in terms of his history and what is possible in this particular scenario, I think he's on par.
All right. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's continue. Thank you so much, maritime expert, CIA agent Lennox Smith, Pentagon, underload detective.
We don't know exactly where the incident took place, but just I hold no brief for the Secretary of State, but he did say that it's possibly that it might have been heading for Trinidad and Tobago, having regard to the proximity of Venezuela to Trinidad.
So they did call.
Trinidad.
So they did call.
So it could have been for somewhere else. In other words, but he says it's possible.
So Lennox. So they did say
that he made.
Well, yeah. So they did say that it's possible that the boat was heading like that to Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
They said it was heading to Trinidad.
Yeah.
Because
possible.
Trinidad it was possible.
That is the description of the direction. Possible.
All right.
There, but it doesn't mean that it is really bound for there. They don't know. But they know they blow it out of the water. And clearly
I would have used
would have been a shot from above.
Right.
Because we have an aerial footage. Should not mean it was from above and it was taken out by some kind of flying object, whether it be a helicopter, whether it be a drone, as the case may be, because these days drone seem to be the weapon of choice for many countries in their battle against, of course, their enemies.
Nice. Well, all right. I would have said to into Trinidad because I see where Trinidad have a very strong woman that's supporting America. And the closest to Venezuela is Trinidad and Tobago out of all the rest of countries, with the exception of Colombia and them places. You know, so I know what I say Trinidad and Tobago. Let's continue. Go ahead, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution? We have so much of problems in Trinidad and Tobago, but it seems like you all just on Venezuela and regime change and running down drug men across there, but it had drug cartels here. Well, I don't know. And then only making Lennox Smith a CIA agent. Go ahead, caller.
Morning. No, I'm just analyzing. I won't go that far. But go ahead, caller.
I already see people coming out and saying that it was AI generated and it was not really explosions because no one's seen any evidence of an explosion or heard anything. So people already come out and say it's AI generated. Well, we wait to see. One thing I heard, I don't know if it's a rumor, how true it is, that the Cuba hospital is being closed down. I don't know if you all heard about that. And they already stuck up all the documents and already starting to move staff around and stuff. I don't know if you know about that. As I say, I don't know if it's a rumor or if it's true that this Cuba hospital is indeed closing down. And another thing, the government said that they were moving away from contract. Yet I was looking at some advertisements for some people. I think it's the new thing they put up, the AI ministry. Something AI, I can't remember what the full name. That the positions they put up are contracted work. So I don't know if somebody or somewhere how this thing going in, because one foot they're saying they want to remove contract, and then on the other foot when you're seeing they putting out ads that they are and so far the ads that I saw were contract workers. So I don't know how or who telling the truth or who not telling the truth, but the ads on them having contract work. And I was glad to see that you really wanted, because all the RHAs, right? All the positions in RHAs are contracted work, and I would really love to see them get rid of that, especially for when nurses and doctors and the employees there, that they be permanently on in a permanent job than secured than this contracting that after 3 years they had a hope to see if they renew their contract and all this kind of thing. But I would really like to see them get rid of the contract, but still they are advertising contract work. right? For some of these top positions, they are still because so far I already see them advertise for no grown people. It's mostly upscale positions with the degrees and this and up the top, the managerial positions that they advertising, and these are contract work. So I don't know if you can help me, but the main thing I really want to find out is about the Cuba Hospital. Because remember, they say they're not closing down there, they open it up. But now I'm hearing that they want to close it down totally now. Right? I just want to find out if I could get any information on that, if you could ask the Minister of Health. I know you guys get with all these ministers, if you could get that information and stop spreading if it's rumors or if it's...
Very soon we will be soon these ministers, and those are questions we will ask. Anything else before you go?
That is it. All, maybe playing Lennox, what department? CIA? You have to talk to stage on them, boy. You have to talk to your partner.
No, let somebody say Andy, let somebody say Andy Lennox is who put Rowley name on the Interpol list. Remember, he's very powerful. People is calling asking Lennox. You know,
You know what next thing too? What you was talking about this morning now comes to my mind. We was talking about the tat, right? I don't think it's just Gael alone. I think they sent it out to all media, because I already heard on one of the urban stations as well that they sent it to all media about the list of the words and all that kind of thing. So yes, Andy, I know we want the target is to be on radio, but I feel radio will kind of bring down the program where, even though it is national radio, they will have their rules that they may not be able to talk about it. Yes.
No. We SU have nothing to do with what we talk about, whoever. It have everything to do with words such as jackass, which is a donkey, bitches, which is a dog.
They put out the whole release online with the words that they could say and
we can't say.
Yeah. But I know the program trying to be on TV and on radio, but it might limit us to a point there now. Instead of getting 3 hours, 4 hours, we might only get 2 hours on radio. And these things now, we just have to know to bring it out on social media. The guy was saying, and think enhance your social media.
No, it's simple. We just have to know, we callers who have to know, because I used to make those mistakes too. It's just the callers I don't know. Just don't use the word bitches, don't use the word jackass, don't use them. It's simple, stupid words, you know.
So, social media, on YouTube and thing, you could curse, and another thing too, Andy, I forget to tell you that, you see where you have on the page, where you're showing all the comments. Now, sometimes there's have people cursing and people using all kind of language on that where you have there, where you're reading out. Sometimes the language there. So I remember on Gael now, they will be showing that as well.
They didn't say that is the problem. That is absolutely the talk in. At what time this person called this like. Because that online, the words like bitches, words like jackass and all those things don't show up there. Curse and all those things don't show up there. If you check good, not even Gael is show up, because it will come across like we saying gay.
Yeah.
So telling anybody there's a gay or something wouldn't show up there.
Yeah.
Coolie and nigga and word and all, it would not show up in the writing.
In the writing. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure that so them thing wouldn't hamper anything.
No. That app specifically already was put in place by Newbie, where all the languages that Trinis will play smart to play the thing in. It will just see stars.
All right. Yeah, because they really see some of them with the stars coming.
Stars.
Yeah. All right, man.
So in no way, the social media aspect of the writing in anything. In every way, it's just the callers and their contributions, and then explaining the contributions using words as jackass, which is a donkey, and bitches, which is a female dog, and they just cannot use those words.
Yeah, I understand. All right, man. And enjoy it.
But in American media, you could use those words.
Yeah, you could curse on everything normal.
You didn't see Trump cuss the other day?
Yeah, you could choose that normal. All right, man. We had to grow up in this social media thing. Imagine a simple thing as influencers, and if they don't get paid for their content, You supposed to be getting paid for all the views and thing on YouTube, all these things, all the views on TikTok, we don't get paid for these things in Trinidad. And that's another thing I think the government should look into monetizing things because influencers played a big part in winning this election. And we need, if we could get the monetizing of these apps where they could get their money that they put out their content for, would be a very good thing. There's another way of employing people who would do their content and get paid for it. It would be a very nice thing that the government could look into monetizing these TikTok and Instagram and all these things. And these are money generating stuff. Even you have your program on TikTok and Instagram and thing, you will be earning an income from your thing.
Not truth again. Not truth again. It have because of the content, the monetization of Lennox program or the Ground Report program cannot come true based on the content. And yes, and it's because of various words that some people may use or various music that might be played where they will say, so because of content, copyrights and all them kind of bacchanal. Yeah.
So, all right, man. So I think the government should look into
So
that.
don't say at all, right? Don't say at all that we should just want to stay on social media. No.
Well,
Because hear why.
I on the radio, you know. I want this program because sometimes you see, I come into work in the morning, and not on radio. I used to like to listen, tune in on the radio and listen to it. So now I have to wait until I reach to work and then tune in to YouTube.
Right.
And
so
listen to the program.
So I will want the program to go back mainstream again because again it have the mainstream media that are influencers that is the fourth pillar of democracy that picks up more people any of it take it than the social media because most of the people on social media don't vote any of which is the youths at the end of the day, and the mainstream media in Trinidad and Tobago is still the influencers. Yes, so we will want to go back on mainstream media to be able to bring the government objectives out there on things that they are doing and bringing up issues that they don't want to bring up because they don't want the PNM to look bad, they don't want the government to look good, and the government have to move smart to make sure that their messaging could be out there mainstream media.
Another thing too. Is it? I wonder, and if you don't know about that, if Lennox too, the information division. I'm not sure if it's, because I know this come up before. In everyone's license, they're supposed to have free programming, a certain amount of time, free programming for government advertising and in their license.
Right, but the government now, and I will answer that for you one time, and many of them don't, and they can get the license revoked. Just like how that could call for people to don't say jackass, which is a donkey, and don't do this and don't do that. The government now need to, and then the government now need to enforce, especially the urban radio stations and them that don't play nothing government when it comes to government information, and part of the agreement, and that is the direction this government look after go. When part of the agreement is that they must contribute certain timing of their license for government information.
Yeah, I know that because you ain't seen that happening. So that
there's where them go come in. That way Munsami and them supposed to come in. And Tat and them supposed to come in.
Yeah.
Having the right ears and asking, hey, this is happening. Why? This radio stations was thing we have this and create the government informations and make sure they send out and then get people now, Tat and them now to monitor if they are giving what is just due to their license and send out letters to these radio stations and television stations informing them that they are in breach of the contract and giving them warning to make sure and play the government information that they are part of the license. Those things have to go on. It's people like we, you, and others is who are to push our government to enforce those things to make sure our message go out there.
All right, ma'am. That's right.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution. Go ahead, next caller. Go ahead, caller. You say you're going on talk, but you ain't talking. Your phone mute. Unmute your phone. All right.
Right.
Oh. Go ahead.
Okay, you hear me, right?
Yeah.
Good morning to the Magnificent Tree. Right? Boy, Andy, I listened to some talk this morning. I didn't want to jump in there. I really didn't want to talk because my wife said, you say you're going to talk. I said, but I have to talk, right? First of all, I want people to understand what is our opinion. Right? I go down that line. Our opinion is based on your experience sometimes. Our opinion is based on your bias towards something. Our opinion is based on sometimes your emotion. Mr. Lennox, are wrong or right?
Go ahead, you go ahead.
You are absolutely correct. And it could also be a combination of all of the above.
Yes, you might find in our opinion, you might have say, I suggest that could happen so, or it had to happen so. Right? But why some people just have to call in and talk about their personal opinion and blast them sometimes is because how they use their opinion. Right? I have a man who does talk this morning here. That fella is a man have a biasness always in his opinion. I don't want to tell you. I could point out things about that man because I just follow him. He just talk on his Stefan program. And he and Stefan Stefan confront him once or twice on his opinion already. Right? Not because they are against him. Me are against him. But he just form his opinion on too much of biasness. Right? I don't want to go there with him because I make him out. Right? Watch, I'm going to give one instance. When they was talking about contract labor and permanent labor, you know what he said? If anybody could tell he, before Manning put contract labor in 2002, if Wassa was doing a good job. But here is the thing. He cannot say if when they put the contract labor, if the Wassa work improved, that he was getting better water, because even up to now we are getting a good water supply. Right? Then he say he have an experience where he come across permanent workers and they treat him good. But I want to tell him, you could go in any institution in Trinidad and Tobago. If you don't have a sign over the head, contract workers and permanent workers, when you go to deal with the people and who dealing with you, would you know who is contract workers you're dealing with or who is permanent workers you're dealing with? The question is no, you would not know that. So how you got experience with that? Another thing I'm going to talk about, you see what happened recently with the mini sub where our Coast Guard man lost Eli. People forget that. Our Coast Guard man just lost Eli just so because they intercept a mini sub with drugs. They hold 5 of them and he was just looking to see if he had anybody again and the sub just sink with him. He died. Anybody studying that? No, they're studying that. They're studying what America doing. But the fact remains, how America does move, they will know if these people had gone on the boat, if they had drugs on the boat, if they had bomb on the boat. People just only watching the boat and feeling just only drugs. Drugs traffickers don't only move with drugs, brother. They move with things that to back it up. And they have the infrared system that they will see how many people on the boat. They will identify gun on the boat. They will identify bomb on the boat. Right? And they will tell them to stop. They won't just shoot them out the water. I even watch the speed that boat moving with. Watch how that water spreading out behind that boat. You should know that boat running, brother. And they want to stop. And America now can't just go on that boat just so. Because you had dangerous men on that boat. They had to blow it out the water because if you get too close to them men, They might just blow up themselves and kill you and all. Or they're forgetting that all. These are not easy people we're dealing with. So we have to understand the system, how this thing does work, right? And when people want to, Mr. Lennox, I will tell you something. You see that man who you say have everything right? And he talk about Nelson Mandela was a terrorist in America. That is a lie. That's the biggest lie. But I could tell that fella something. It either the Interpol someone to come and hold him and to get everything right because he know everything. And I want to tell him something, Mr. Lennox. He must go to all the other churches in the world, not only in Trinidad, and tell them the coming of Christ because it seems like he know everything. That is my contribution this morning.
All right. Oh, sir.
Morning. Lennox, Mickie, everybody. God bless everybody. A good day today for everybody. What I want to talk about, Andy, I just listened there. It seems to me like people love to hear the said why they call this program too, you know. Because
what? Because what? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
You know, I was barely making a point that he would have done a very good analysis. And of course, the last caller he was cherry picking really. You give
but look at the man here. Look at the same man they're talking about here. Go ahead, caller.
No, it's not that you make a. I didn't make a statement.
Oh, but you go ahead. What's your contribution? Go ahead.
The guy who I didn't hear Lennox respond on the guy, right? But what the guy had what he's talking about is he has done his research. You understand? And some people just come on social media on emotion. You understand? When you're bringing up a topic, you're supposed to research whatever you're talking about. And a lot of the callers just go on emotion and going with a narrative. And I want to commend the gentleman on his analysis that what he bring to the program just now. And it was like he done his homework, right? So I just want I have other things to say, but I sent it in a voice note. So I congratulate the caller and the information that he put out in the general public. Well done, sir.
And let me just add to this. Of course, I just did the research just in case because the last caller said the caller before this one said that he was not considered. Mandela was not considered to be a terrorist in the United States. Well, listen to this. Yes, Nelson Mandela was considered a terrorist by elements in the United States government and some right-wing critics who viewed his leadership of the African National Congress and its armed wing. The Huntu with Sizwe as terrorism due to their violent methods against the apartheid regime, even as others recognize him as a symbol of democracy and justice. So let us get it very clear. So once again, I think my support of the gentleman's version of what has been and is the reality, I think, is sustained.
Nice.
The caller who said that he was never considered to be, Mandela was never considered to be a terrorist in the United States, well, of course, that is clearly wrong.
Nice. Go ahead, next caller. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead. What's up, caller? Go ahead. Oh God, only calling and only ain't talking. Right here where it is. Let me play out some of them voice notes because we run out of time. Look how long this woman, plenty of people send the voice note. Let me just send that out really quick.
Andy, good morning. Lennox, Mickie, everybody. God bless everybody. A good day today for everybody. What I want to talk about, Andy, I just listened there. It seems to me like
Sabapo, what luck? I just want to play out some voice notes. 10 minutes.
Why they call this program too, you know? Because some of them, they talk a certain nonsense. I hear this man calling about to take away the CPEP and the schools have bush and the parents want them to clean it and this for because of the children and he care about the children. If you care about the children, right, why you don't want to help clean the school? Plus, he say they have no corruption. Not 2 seconds after you come back and say yes, they have corruption when election come. This government is trying to clean up the corruption. And when they're done, they will bring back all the jobs for the people. But they don't seem to understand that. They have a one-track mind. They must get what they want now and right away. Andy, I do not hold you to scope with people in the morning when they call to talk all that nonsense here. Thank you.
Andy, that guy who spoke with you there have a kind of an accent, I can't tell. But that man makes too much damn sense. He over 100%. What a man saying there, it is truth. Facts. What he's saying there, the man is correct, and yet he's living in Trinidad. He makes so much sense. I enjoy listening to him.
Hey, Carnage, I'm very sorry to tell you, brother. A lot of that crap makes no sense. Colombia, Mexico, them is the drug men. Why did you go after them? Venezuela have no kind of drugs? Yeah, them fellas trying to get drugs. They don't manufacture drugs in Venezuela. They probably shipping it through them. From Colombia, from Brazil, from wherever place it come from. Go after the big man, you gotta go after the big fish, brother, like in Trinidad. You go after the big people with money, not the little man. Alright? Kinda. But keep it down a little notch later.
Andy, good morning. Trinidad and Tobago, Andy. Listen, hey, that guy was talking from England, he talking real facts, and I told you earlier on about that, if you remember, about so people are ungrateful, or people will take things and carry the other way when they can't get what they want, and that would be going on. Listen to the wrong things. Anyway, Andy, let me tell you something. Hey, things kind of slow with me over here with my business, with artists going on here, but I'm working on something. And soon as I get that going and everything going good, hey man, I will support your program and I will start doing that every month. All right? And I will start doing that. I promise you that. So soon as I get this thing going good, you know, I'm looking at some contracts. Soon as I get it, I'll be good, man. And I want to buy an next truck. And I had to get rid of the one I have here, but I'm going to buy an next truck. And soon as I get that one, I get some contract. In so hold on, man, hold on. Soon as I get that, I'll start supporting all the program, and I'll be real good. And you have to worry. All right, bye.
Good morning. If you will set aside 5 minutes a day and simply declare good things over your life, you may be astounded at the results. Before you start your busy day, before you leave the house, drive to work, or take the kids to school, take a few minutes to speak blessings over your life. You may prefer to write the statements so you can have a record of them. It says in Habakkuk to write down your vision. Make a list of dreams, goals, and aspirations, as well as the areas you want to improve, the things you want to see change. Always make sure you can back it up with God's word. Then get alone with God and take a few minutes every day to declare good things over your life. Remember, it's not enough to read it or merely think about it. Something supernatural happens when we speak it out. That's how we give life to our faith.
Good morning, Ground Report. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith. Well, I see we don't have Mickie here again. Anyhow, I want to complain about that San Fernando PTSC, as I always do. Yesterday, when I went down there, they cancelled the 6 o'clock Erin bus, the 6 o'clock Princestown, and the 6 o'clock Port of Spain limited stop. And Andy Williams, I don't understand what's going on with PTSC. They want people to pay $10 to take the deluxe coach to Port of Spain, and they're not sending the regular bus. The deluxe coaches are straight right from San Fernando to Port of Spain, and Port of Spain to San Fernando, and they only have 5 deluxe coaches. Because remember, they lost one in an accident about 2 weeks ago. So they only have 5, and the coaches come in every 2 to every 2.5 hours. They have to space them out to ensure that they have enough to run throughout the day. Andy Williams, the coach, when rain falls, a set of water is coming in the bus and wetting up people. And we have to pay $10 for that rubbish and stupidness. The regular bus now would stop in between, drop off people, Gasparilla, Claxon Bay, etc. And that bus has not been running on time for a very long while. Since school reopened back, they're taking most of the buses that go for the speed limited stop from San Fernando and sending them to UE. This morning a bus came back down from Port of Spain. It came back about after 6, right? The bus was taken and sent to UE, and passengers were left waiting, right, for a very long time to get a bus to go Port of Spain. I do understand how this thing going on, and we keep saying the same thing over and over. The San Fernando PTSC is the worst. The drivers are very delinquent, they are lackadaisical, they don't care about anybody that come to work late. The other day a driver was supposed to come to work 5 o'clock, he come to work 5:30. When he got the bus, he had the bus take a whole half an hour to check. And then after he came after 6. That is wrong, man. They can't be doing people these things. One day the bus coming 6 o'clock, next day it coming 8 o'clock, next day it coming for 9 o'clock, next day it coming for 6:30. The bus have no schedule in San Fernando, and it is the worst running PTSC. The buses that they sending to go Port of Spain, they are very small already, and they keep having people wait for a very long time. I don't know what this Minister of Transport is doing. This minister, Mr. Zakuri, is much worse than Ruhan Sinanan. I don't know why Kamala didn't give Jolene John Ministry of Transport, because Jolene John, if Jolene John was the Minister of Transport, that San Fernando Port of Spain limited stop service and the other routes in San Fernando would have been fixed already, because she's a person, she likes poor people and she likes to see poor people do well. This minister should fail before he starts. Is the worst minister I've ever seen, does nothing. Does absolutely nothing for San Fernando. Sometimes Andy Williams, they have about 4 buses parked up in the back of the terminal marked Port of Spain and nobody driving them. When it have no drivers, it have bus. When it have no bus, it have drivers. It's wrong, man. This is foolishness. Every single day, especially in the week, and then in the afternoon now, there's no service to San Fernando from Port of Spain. I keep saying the same thing over and over, and the government is not doing anything. But mind you do, Shogunas, right, has a very efficient transportation system from Port of Spain. Every half an hour, people get in a bus to go Shogunas. He makes sure he fix up Shogunas, but he have San Fernando people suffering. They have one double bus, or what people call the articulated bus, working Port of Spain, San Fernando. Every minute the bus shutting down. As the drivers drive over 60 kilometers per hour, the bus is cut off. Because that bus has been down for about weeks now, and the driver is saying that the buses, the San Fernando PTSC cannot fix double buses. They have to go Port of Spain. And Port of Spain already has a lot of defective buses that need to be repaired. And this bus now is the only long bus San Fernando has, and it is parked up waiting on parts. Every minute that bus shutting down. They just keep fixing it over and over again and hope they get a couple months out of it. I don't know, Mr. Zakuri, fail, boy. Fail. Let Kamala put Jolene John in transport and you go in works.
Nice. So again, time check. It's 1 minute to the hour, 1 minute to the hour of 10 o'clock. You're listening to the Going Report. Don't forget tonight, corridor transformation. Yours truly, Lennox Smith on corridor transformation at 8 o'clock. Right? You all could have choose anywhere else, but you all choose to look on to the Going Report this morning. Thanks so much for choosing your #1 program, the Going Report. Until tomorrow morning, please God, same time, same place, on social media, right here, from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. On behalf of the Gong Report team, Michael Kerr and Lennox Smith, I'm Andy Williams, better known as the Pitbull of radio. We are out of here.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.